What's happened?
What's happened? What?
We were discussing the allegations against you, Josh.
You can't prove them though. Are you talking about internet fame or something?
Sam retweeted Will, which was like a monumental thing.
Which is tantamount to internet fame when you get retweeted by Sam.
Wait,
one day
I didn't get a retweet.
I was gonna say, me and every single day, I'm like,
I thought of you today, though.
You thought of me?
I saw a video which you've now since retweeted, which is Sifu, but with Makoto model.
Oh my god!
I saw that and went, "This needs to find its way to Josh."
Has anyone else seen it? It's the video of just Sifu, but it's not Makoto. I wish it was Makoto. It's the one. It's Sakura. Yeah.
Oh, is it? I thought it was Makoto.
Every morning I check Twitter. I'm like, are there any memes I can yoink? And then I'm like, oh, that's a good meme. And I'm like, BottlerWorks retweeted. I was like, fuck.
No, I saw the Sakura one, and I was like, this is incredible, right? And then there's people in the comments being like, oh yeah, but it's not as good as the Daredevil one or the Batman one. And I was like, what have I been missing? What this is all amazing.
There I was scrolling through the mod list for Stray, being like, oh my god, you can have a black cat. Oh my god, you can have CJ from San Andreas.
What is everyone's obsession with putting CJ in absolutely everything like cursed?
What is CJ?
From Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
It's the main guy from San Andreas. The guy in the
I
vest.
thought it was like a cat.
No, that's why it's profane and cursed.
Well, I'm typing in CJ into Google, and the first thing is CJ hole. Is that?
That might be something else entirely.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, just Google that. You'll be fine.
That
Images?
Just CJ Stray and just
it's a store. Okay.
And there you go. And that's everything you need to know.
I saw you can get Spyro now in Stray as well. That was one I cropped up on mine.
You can get Garfield as well.
I was 50-50 on whether to make it a black cat like my own cat or just Garfield.
Yeah.
The problem is, right, what if you make... I don't know anything about Stray, but what if, you mod it so it looks exactly like your cat and then the cat dies, which is it is an indie game move, isn't it? They would pull that just to get get more engagement. More
you play any indie game that's got a cute thing, and you're like, this game's going to be 2 hours long, and that thing's not making it to the end. I think what's the first one? I think is what is it? It's Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yeah,
the game starts, and you're like, this thing looks cute, and it's dead. like 2 minutes in.
Yeah, they hit you with the up intro in Ori, don't they?
Yeah.
I've not played Ori. Is it spoiled for me now?
The first 47 seconds are now spoiled.
Give or take. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of just the CJ thing in particular, just taking 3D models and forcing them into things where they clearly do not work.
Yeah.
There's what's the other one? There's Pikachu as Bayonetta in Smash Bros. That one's really good. I like that one.
There was the whole run of making Smash Bros characters into other Smash Bros characters, wasn't there? And they all looked awful.
It's all these different characters forced to be Donkey Kong. And it's like, oh my god, unbelievably cast. Right, let's get into it. Let's have a little chill intro today. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Game FourCast, the weekly podcast where we all get together and chat about what we've been playing and the news that we found this week that we thought to be interesting. My name is Josh, aka BottlerWorks, and we do have a special guest today along with the lineup. We have Bluntcast. Sup, buddy?
Hello. It's great to be here. Oh my goodness. I haven't prepared a ridiculous one-liner to open with, so...
Yeah, you need a really rude joke that Steve normally does.
I came to kick gum and chew ass, and I'm all out of gum.
Steve can provide the ass, I assume.
Yeah, I got too much.
And we have the usual lot, I guess. We're here with Will Olivemeister.
Hello, my name is Will or Olivemeister. I'm very disappointed. I thought you were going to do the regular intros first, so I was going to nip in and introduce our very special guest and then just say Steve again.
You can still do it. You can just...
I am special.
No, you've ruined it. You've ruined it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to take over host?
I was thinking about that all week.
Josh is fired now.
We should really talk to each other during the week, right?
We should. Yeah, we should.
There you go. I'll let you introduce Steve. Go on, you can introduce Steve. Oh, he's on the spot now.
No, I took a sip, damn it.
Go on, do Steve. Are you sipping again?
Yeah, do me.
Okay, Steve's here.
Yep, and then we have Sam.
I hate you all.
Go on, Steve. We've got
Ruined.
quick, Steve.
Hi, my name is Steve, and ting tang, walla walla bing bang.
And Sammeh.
Yeah, I was going to carry that on. That is going to live rent free in my head for weeks now.
The next 2 hours.
No problem.
Steve kicked up such a fuss to do his intro, and it was just the Witch Doctor song.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah,
no, I was mulling between two, but I was like,
bang.
I can't do the dirty one again 2 weeks in a row. You got that to look forward to next week.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm sure
Tune in.
everyone always looks forward to it every week. I'm sure.
I get comments.
So how are you all doing? You had a good week?
Doing good. It's been a busy week.
Yeah, it's been
Long,
you've got the meme of the week this week is Hunt Showdown with all the snakes. I think Rick made this. It was really, really good. We played together and we had like 26 snakes or something to like hand in the new Hunt event. And we were like, oh my god, there's snakes everywhere. But
I said the word snake more in the last week than I have maybe my entire life.
Yeah.
I don't really think about snakes that often, but here we are.
How's everyone doing for the event? How far are you all? This is the Hunt Showdown, by the way. There's a new snake event where you burn snakes and you get points for a battle pass. Just for context.
Last time I checked, I am level 15 in it. I was like rank 871 in the world.
Jesus, you're still up there then. You were 6th at one point.
Top 1%. Yeah, top 1%.
Oh, you streamed today, Blunt. How are you doing with it?
I'm at level 6, I think. I am a part of me when I do play. I'm like blasting through it, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't need 60 days. And then I think about like if I'm not going to be playing it for a few days, and I'm like,
yeah,
okay, I'm not sweating bullets about falling behind now. Because it doesn't. It's. I actually quite like that it's 60 days because it's everyone hopefully will have enough time to get it done.
Absolutely.
So it's not like a 2-week crunch. Just be like, get the snakes. Like it's fine.
I think we worked out though that even over like 60 days, you still have to play quite a lot if you want to finish. It's like 400 points, 400 a day. And I was like,
but then if you care about the rewards though, you probably will be playing that much.
I guess, yeah. I guess it comes down to the whole like battle pass thing and having to do it every day, but. It seemed really reasonable when we played for 12 hours, like in a row.
Oh, yeah.
I think, that's where I came away from that 12-hour stream like, oh, I've made some pretty good progress there. And then I was like, wait, but no one else is going to be spending 12 hours in a single day playing this.
Also, we had such a good day that day, like the entire day.
Yeah.
Well, I've had I've played a couple of games just on my own with randoms, just like after work. I was like, I'll play for half an hour to an hour. And I would come away from games that were like 25 minutes long, and it's like I have 30 points after like half an hour.
Yeah, it seems really swingy where you seem to be like you lose a lot and you make no points, but then you win like once and you win like really big. Like there's people posting screenshots on my Discord of them pulling in like 700-800 points for like a 20-minute blowout, and it's like that's the ideal,
for it. They're really going for it. Like they're killing a team and going to every single compound though. So that's you have to be a special kind of person to do that.
You're never gonna find out with randoms,
that's what I mean is yeah, exactly, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to probe you a little bit, Blunt. I'm going to try and make this not sound like a job interview. I'll try and keep it as chill, but I'm actually quite curious.
Say it like that.
I know, right? I ruined the whole thing. No, what do you do? Talk about yourself. What do you? You're a streamer, but you also do other bits, right?
Yes, so I stream in my free time, but my day job, my 40 hours a week, is I'm a community manager. So I am the bridge between a community of players and the publisher and dev team. My current role is that I'm a community manager on Conqueror's Blade, which I think featured way back in a previous episode of the Game FourCast.
Great game.
Your observant listeners will remember this.
Yeah, it was Steve's game.
If you don't
for a
remember
week.
that episode, go back. Pause this one. Go back.
I'd love to tell you what episode it is, but I have no clue what number.
I believe it was episode 7, about 40-minute mark.
Yeah, that's definitely episode 2. No way. That would be half a year ago.
2, we were still arguing about Elden Ring, weren't we?
That was episodes 2 through 7, I think.
The Elden Arc.
Yeah.
That comes in a little box set.
You could literally probably, if you just take the Elden Ring content we talk about, it's probably like 6-7 hours. It's absolutely. I think we even talked about it like 2 weeks ago, or whatever, and we were like, we're not going to talk about Elden Ring again, and then we did for like half an hour.
And we still are now.
And we still are right now.
And we're back.
So what does
I haven't even touched it yet, and I'm like, I just know that when I do play Elden Ring, I'm just gonna have about 3 to 4 months of just every single day being like, oh my god, I hate this game. I can't do it. Why am I doing this to myself? So I'm looking forward to it.
I've been watching a whole bunch of Elden Ring stuff recently. Actually, it's like there's a video. It's happening. What's the guy Vati Vidya? I think his name.
Yeah.
He put out a video of like 25 secrets, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll watch this. And he goes to like. He talks about areas like when you were going through this area, you may have. And I was like, I don't even know what area he's talking about. And I played that game for like 100 hours. That game is insane.
Was it the bit where I got killed by a dragon 700 times?
Probably.
Because I remember that bit and I remember nothing else.
That's every other bridge in the open world, basically.
Yeah.
So what does a community manager do on the day? How does a community manager fill 40 hours a week?
So it's a mix of engaging with the community. I'm in our official Discord. I look after our Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. All of that.
It's like is it like complicated? Is it you like having to talk to every single person that replies, or is it just too much for one person?
I would try to. So I'm part of a team. We have different language community managers. We're very fortunate to have representation there. So we cover 7 languages, which is really cool. It's mostly just speaking to the team and speaking to players, getting feedback, them saying, this needs to, I want to report a bug.
Yeah.
Something's gone wrong. I need support. Just stuff like that. But also just being a public face. Just being like, how's everyone's week going? How's everyone finding the game? What's everyone been running this week in their setups? What units are people bringing into battle? Just making conversation. Just getting a feel for the vibe of the community that week.
Yeah.
And then also,
what about if it's a bad vibe?
then it's helping. Then it's just being like, okay, what can we do differently? What can we do to fix this? What needs to be done? And just getting feedback. And then all of that gets turned into everyone's favorite spreadsheets.
Oh,
Lots of
yeah.
Spreadsheets. Loads of that. So I will often have, I've got my second monitor has been flipped. It's now a vertical monitor.
Oh, the coding monitor.
Nice. I love that.
Spreadsheets and stuff. But then also if I'm working on a report, I can have that on the vertical screen. And then I can have a stream up on the horizontal screen. Or vice versa. I can just have it so that the stream's at the top and then the chat is the longer part of the screen. And then I've got spreadsheets and whatever on the main monitor. But yeah, it's a lot of that. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's really cool. You probably like play games all day." I'm like, "No, no, I don't. I get to play on the clock 4 hours a week because we do live streams on the official Twitch channel.
I've caught a couple of those. Yeah. They're really good.
So yeah, it's a great time, and we get to hang out with members of the community and get into matches and stuff, and just have a good time with it. But yeah, most of it is just chasing up support tickets, helping people out, reporting bugs, logging spreadsheets, making plans for like what we're going to post on our socials this month. Stuff like that. I wasn't expecting to get into it. It's definitely not the thing I expected to do when I left uni.
That's like most jobs, I think. It's just like, here I am now.
Yeah.
I went to the launch event for Resi 2. There was a launch when they did the launch event for Resi 2 Remake. They did a Capcom arranged a haunted house in London.
I am unbelievably jealous right now.
So they converted this like old, what is this, like a flour mill or something?
Yeah.
Near the river in London, and they converted it into the RPD. They had the RPD entrance.
Oh my god, that is insane.
And then you went inside and they had like booths where you could play a demo, the 1 hour demo or whatever it was. And then you went in and it was like a haunted house. You got like guided through it by survivors of the RPD, and all this stuff. And I was terrified of it. I was a complete wuss.
That sounds amazing. Did they have like a big 8-foot tall guy in a trench coat like chase you around?
They didn't. But they had like a bit where there was loads of plastic sheeting, and then there was half a body underneath, and the guy was like, "Oh, I think this guy's hurt. Like, you couldn't tell because half his body was covered.
Yeah.
And he was like, lift it up, and we need to drag him out. And you lift the cover up, and half his body is gone. And then like a light bulb flashes, and you can see a licker on the ceiling, and it does like it makes the noise that a licker makes. And then
God.
You have to run through like 3 floors of this building, and there's zombies reaching through these like doors that are changed.
Oh my God! This sounds so good. This sounds so good.
To the top, and there's a bar. They like get through, and they're like, "Oh, we got to check you for bite marks," and they like give you a little bracelet to be like, "Oh, you're good." And then you all have to take a shot of, they called it. I think it was like a blood shot. It was like a kind of dark red, kind of viscous shot, but it was just. I think it was just 80% proof. And it just messed me up.
I would have done like a green herb drink or something, or like a.
And then so they had a Raccoon City IPA, and they had a red and green herb mix, which was just red and green like food coloring mixed into.
That's very cute.
It was really cool. But I sat down at the end of it. There was like the recovery room, which is just stretchers and tables for people to sit down and drink. But I sat down next to the community manager for Capcom. And I started chatting to her, and I was like, "How did you get into this?" And she talked me through it. And the moment I had that conversation, the light bulb was on. And I was like, "Nah, this is the job.
Yeah,
I can't do anything else now."
Yeah.
And so that's how I got into it. Was that I just had that fixation of being like, "This is what I will do." And so I did a stint at EA.
That is an insanely cool story.
Social media management stuff, and then I got this gig, and here I am.
What is the coolest thing you've done as a CM? Have you done like any cool event? I assume you've not done any cool events like that, but have you done
No, but we do.
I really enjoyed this.
We do like seasonal launches. So when we release an update, kind of like what Hunt has just done with the Serpent Moon. If there's like a big seasonal update, we do like a community live stream where it's like a big announcement.
I watched the recent one.
Yeah, we sit down. We sometimes get costumes based on the seasonal like attires, so we dress up like the characters in the game and we just show it off. It's like an exclusive first look.
That's cool.
It's not quite Jeff Keighley, but it's it's all right.
we can't all be Jeff Keighley.
Believe me, I've tried. But yeah, that's probably the coolest bit. Is just everyone tuning in and you being like, and check it out. Here's the new, and everyone's like, oh my God, poggers, which is really really fun. And so I hope I can do some more of that, like in real life on a stage. That would be the goal.
Yeah, proper presenter style.
Yeah.
Or maybe get in contact with Jeff Keighley and see if he can hit you up.
I'll be like, Jeff, baby, it's me. Do you remember? Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying.
Can you just put me through to Hideo Kojima, please? Yeah.
Just bring a bag of Doritos and a bottle of Mountain Dew and he'll be sold.
No, I've got to bring the Rock's energy drink that he stopped at.
Oh, yeah. His sweat in a can.
That's come up like 3 times now this week for me.
Well, it has to. It's too like revolutionary, right? How can you not talk about the Rock's sweat energy in a can multiple times per week? Could be the new pre-workout.
Is there like, obviously the Conqueror's Blade community is perfect, but is there a community that you'd love to engage with, or a community that you would like? I do not want to go near them at all. Maybe you don't want to risk future job prospects.
I don't know. I think there's. I'd be very hard pressed to pick one specifically that I'm like, yeah, this is the one.
Yeah.
It's obviously it would be easier to be a community manager for a game. Like it's very easy for me with Conqueror's Blade because I really like the game. I think it's really fun.
Yeah,
I enjoy playing it, so I'm always like, oh yeah, like so. Something like Hunt Showdown is being part of the community. I'm like, wow, this lot are feral, but I'm also like, yeah, it's a fun game though. So I could like that. There is that benefit. So I can't really think of one off the top of my head that I'm like, that's the dream.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I had to pick one for like, hell no, probably League of Legends.
I was gonna say League of Legends.
That's the one. League or Dota. I think MOBAs in general. I'm like,
yeah, I was gonna say just MOBAs.
Yeah. Actually, or
why do you gravitate to this kind of game? What's wrong with these people?
Maybe like a Blizzard game as well. That might be a bit iffy.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I wouldn't say no to an opportunity to.
You'd always be busy on a Blizzard.
Oh yeah,
wouldn't you?
I was thinking of like the most lucrative and interesting would probably be the most like harder ones, like something like Fortnite, where it's like such a massive property, but it's community facing, like basically mainly children, right?
Yeah. So you're like, how do you do, fellow kids? Has anyone bought the new Battle Pass?
Yeah.
I think I've watched a few, like, long time ago now, like literally those like Fortnite community manager updates, and they're all like, "Sup, gamers!" Dude. I'm like, "Oh, this is not aimed at me."
Yeah.
But the guy's like my age, right? So it's like, so it's obviously like,
how do you do that? Yeah.
Another challenging one would probably be like RTS games. Like,
oh, sorry.
I don't know. I don't know how you can really. I'm trying to envision like energizing people and be like, "Sup, gamers! Civ 6 update." I'm like, I don't know. That's check it out. More copper tiles. Woo!
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I guess that comes with not being into the game though, because it's like when they do like a hunt update and they add a window or something, and we're all just like, "Oh my god, that changes the game!" And from the outside, you're like, "What are you all talking about? Why are you all excited about that?"
Like, wow, a massive update to add another floor to a mine? Cool. Yeah. Wow. All right. And we're all there like, this changes everything.
Yeah. It's a pit. It's miserable. You can't see anything. Wow.
I feel like there's certain genres like RTSs and fighting games where if you were like the community manager, it'd be full of people as well that you're preaching to, but they'd have the aura of like, I'm better. I could beat you in a fight. I could take you on. I know more than this guy.
Yeah, fighting game communities. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
And because fighting games are, for the most part, they're like a one-player thing.
Yeah.
So it's like 1v1s, and it's a lot of fighting game communities are very ego-driven.
Yeah, you're nerfing my main 1v1 me, motherfucker. Let's sort this out.
Yeah, the moment you make an adjustment to anyone's favorite, they're like, "How dare you?" Shaggy means seething in my DMs.
I was going to say, shout out to the Multiverses CM though. They're obviously very good at their job. So
why? Because they nerfed all your favorite characters.
No, because they retweeted me. So they are obviously very good at their jobs. Good job.
Oh yes, CM. Steve's stream that blew up, which we're going to talk about weekly now, apparently.
Hey, I just wanted to give a shout out.
It's fine. Yeah. So, how do you find, obviously, streaming for yourself, Blunt, and also streaming for community manager stuff? Is it different, or is it oddly similar, or?
Yeah, it is different. I try and be the same on both, but I mean, you will watch them and be like, oh yeah, he's clearly more unhinged on his personal ones.
He's clearly at work right now.
Are you like full work mode kind of?
Yeah. And I try and do it with both my streams and my work streams. I don't swear on the work streams. Neither myself nor the North American community manager. We stream together. We don't. It's just like we don't swear.
Are you allowed to?
I don't know, and I feel like it's now too late. It's been a year and a week, and I can't be like, can I call them the C word if they kill me? And they're like, no, probably don't.
Welcome to the stream, fuckers. How are we all doing today?
Sup, bitches? We're back. So yeah, don't do that. But yeah, on my personal one, I give myself a little bit more breathing room. I think the watershed moment was when I started playing Bloodborne. I was like, I do need to swear. I literally need to swear. I can't not do this anymore. So that was kind of the breaking point. But that's kind of it.
Well, one thing about your streaming is that you don't stream the game you're community managing for on your personal Twitch.
Yes, I don't do that. I got some eyebrows raised when I started. They were like, oh, what will your CM name be? And I was like, well, I kind of want it to be Bluntcast, which is what I already... And they were like, oh, you might get people like look you up and find your personal account. And
I didn't think of that. Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's... I'm okay with that. And so I do occasionally get someone come into my own streams and be like, hey man, I need help with a support ticket. I'm like, just wait like 6 hours. I'm going to be back in tomorrow. It'll be fine. Just please. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't think so.
Yeah. Occasionally someone will pop in and be like, so I have a problem. And I'm like, just go to support. I'm not going to give you any more than that.
Leave me alone. Day is over.
I'm not paid to be nice to you right now. So
yeah.
But yeah, that's about the difference. Really, is that I don't have to be nice to people when they come to my stream.
Send me some bits, and I'll solve your problem.
Yeah, I'm like 5 gifted, and hey, maybe your support ticket gets put on the high priority queue.
Oh dear,
that's really funny. I've got to say, with your stream as well, for anyone that's like seen it, you have so many like graphical assets and videos and transitions and this, that, and the other. Do you make all those yourself?
I do, yeah. So I have a few people who I watched before I streamed myself, who I watched and I was like, oh my god, they have an insane amount of production value I desperately want. And so I would just watch their stuff and be like, okay, how do I emulate that?
Yeah.
And so it's just a lot of trial and error and just me screwing around on OBS and just being like, okay, that didn't work. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, that didn't work. And then I finally get it and I'm like, hey! And then I just throw it into the list of scenes. I think I've got 23 scenes in OBS now, just for various stuff. And I'm just like... there's a few of them I'm like, I haven't used that in like 6 weeks. What's it still doing there? So it's all just experimentation and screwing around in After Effects.
Yeah, it was the first time I watched one of your streams, and I was like, oh, it's entertaining. This guy's pretty cool. And then I think someone subbed, and you did your whole like thing that you do when someone subs. The scene changes, all these graphical assets. And I was sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? This is so cool. I really love all that stuff. It's so cool.
Because when I started watching Twitch, like when lockdown started, that was when I started watching people's streams. There was a specific guy I liked to watch, but he would stream like he would stream at like 6 a.m. our time.
Oh, right.
Or like 3 a.m. our time till like 9 a.m. our time. So I would always just catch the tail end of streams. And so I would watch his VODs, and he was really entertaining. And he didn't like do the whole thing that I do with subs, but he was like a partnered streamer, and he would have hundreds of people watching, but would always make a big deal out of subs. And then I would look on the Twitch front page and someone would be like, hey man, thanks for the 5. And someone would be like, I'm like, that's 5 gifted subs that person just got. And they're just like, hey, thanks. I'm like,
yeah.
Well, I want to make a bigger deal out of it than that, but I also get that when you are a big streamer and there's subs flying in all the time, you can't stop every like 3 minutes and be like and going through the whole thing. So I'm like, okay, I like doing it for now, but I realize that there is hopefully there will be a point where that's no longer feasible.
It gets to a point where, like you're saying, like you get so many followers every time you can't respond to follows anymore, and then the next step after that is just too many subs to just properly respond to every single sub.
It's full on, absolutely. So I try and make a big deal out of it now, because I appreciate that it's people could subscribe to anyone else. So I'm like, I want to try and I'm trying to keep you and dig my claws in,
get you locked into the blunt ecosystem.
That's it. I drip feed you that serotonin. You're like, oh my god, this feels great. Oh my god, that was a really like, no one else gives that. So, and then there you go. I've got you. You're hooked.
I can get this every month. Oh my god.
The first hit's always free. So it's all just self-taught experimentation. There's like a million YouTube channels that have After Effects tutorials that I have some form of life debt to now. I'm like, thank you so much for teaching me how to do this basic thing that I just couldn't figure out. But now I've got it figured out.
It is a skill to know when you have a problem, how to find a solution to that problem. There's so many people I talk to just throughout the week, whether it's just family and friends or whatever, and they're like, oh yeah, I wanted to do something, but I don't know how. And then just that's the end.
That's the end of I can't understand that. When people are like, oh, I wanted to do X thing, but I don't know how, just innately I just don't know how, and then that was the end of my journey along that thing. It's like you don't even try.
You see, that's similar for me. I'm like, I know how to look it up, but can anyone help explain it to me in easier steps?
Literally, if you have any problem, you go on Google and you type in how to blank, and then someone out there has had that problem or is trying to do that thing.
If I can't find it in 5 minutes, I'm like, people, anyone help, please?
The only time you're fucked is when you're like, how do I do this in like Unity, for example, and then you get a post from 7 years ago, like, it's coming soon.
We'll add it any day now, and that feature has never been added.
But that's every time I see one of those threads where it's like, hey guys, I've encountered this error code and I'm not really sure what to do with it. 0 replies. Thread has been pruned. And I'm like, oh god, oh god.
There's like the flip side to that though, right? Where it's like you have such a specific problem, and some dude from like you say 9 years ago is like, here's exactly what you need. And I'm like, that guy has just saved my ass from 9 years ago.
Yeah.
God bless
he has
that
no
man.
idea, back then. So far into the future, he'd still be solving people's problems. Yeah.
I get this almost daily now at my job, where like I'll be doing stuff and I'm working on like databasing and Excel and stuff, and every now and then it will just pop up and be like, error code, null point exception, and literally everyone I've worked with has gone, yeah, you just got to send that to the software people and hope that they get to it. And I'm like, okay then.
Well, they'll just Google it themselves.
Sometimes.
They'll just take your error code and chuck it into Google and then fix it.
Well, yeah.
That should be a job description of Google.
But they're paid to do that, so
that's what a lot of programming is, like Steve and other stuff. It's literally just Googling problems.
Yeah, but they should change the title. What's your job?
That's
I'm
the thing,
a
like,
Googler.
you get people that either get experienced at it and stuff. Like we had a guy, we had a recent problem, and we needed to deactivate a rule in a database.
Yeah.
Without trying to go into too many details. And we were like, how do we do this? And one of the software team just spoke and went, oh yeah, just make a script and then run the script, it'll be fine. And then the other software guy looks at him with this face of like, do you know how long it takes to write a script? And he's like, oh, I'll do it in 5 minutes. And he just does it and it works first time. And we all just look at him and he's just like, yeah, you just fucking do it.
It's magic. It's magic.
And it's like there are some people that just get it, right? You know?
Yeah, just write a script, idiot.
there's other people, which is the member of his team, which goes, God help me.
Yeah, it's like I said, like I learned that primarily from university, right? Where it's like the first thing you learn is just like there's no definitive answer to everything. If you have a problem, typically you can just Google it.
I think that was university in a nutshell, right?
Yeah.
University was learning how to efficiently Google things.
It's learning how to learn.
To get through your course.
Yeah, and it's like, it's really good because just learning that, if I got anything out of university, it's like I've applied that to so many other things since coming out of university. Like when I was taking up art during lockdown, I was just like, I don't know what to do at all, like how to efficiently learn how to draw, right? So you just go on Google and you start hopping around different places and subreddits, like how do I learn how to draw? Because so many people have had the same question. You know, it's just, and there's answers just out there, and you find them, and it's like, oh, I can start by doing this, and
it's knowing how to cut through the useless answers as well.
Yeah,
stuff that just doesn't click with you. Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. I think it's a good little thing to learn. Is how to efficiently learn. But yeah, I have a terrible transition off this. I don't really know how to transition, so I'm just going to go for it. We talk about some games we've been playing this week. I haven't played anything, if I'm being entirely honest. But Blunt, you were saying that you might have played something this week. What have you been checking out?
So I did my due diligence and I checked out Stray.
Oh hell yeah!
Thank you. Glad someone has.
So I've been playing Stray, and then when I'm not playing Stray, we'll go Stray first. But that's been half of my time.
Yeah.
Stray is I'm a cat person, so this is going to be catastrophically biased.
Catastrophically.
Oh boy!
glad that landed. Landed on its feet. Oh my god, I'm on
fire!
I can still get rid of you.
Yeah, that's one and you've only got 8 now.
Yeah. No, what do you think? Right. How is it?
There's a bit of a pause there.
The gears are turning. The gears are turning.
Okay. I'm going to get some.
There we go. All right. Right, while he's gone, quick, let's talk about it. It's lovely. It's a lovely game, and I think it's really sweet. It's getting like we can see that it's got 54,000 positive reviews.
It's overwhelming. It's gone viral as far as the game is concerned.
It is.
Yeah,
but it's worth noting. It is an indie game, And I think so. Like so when I started playing it, because I'd seen it was front page of Steam, going absolutely bananas.
Yeah.
I started playing it, and I was like, this doesn't like. I have it on the highest settings, and I was like, this doesn't look like the environments look great. I was like, the cat doesn't look brilliant.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was expecting, but it looks a little bit stylized, and I was like, okay, it's pretty good. It looks okay, but it's not stunning. And I was like, okay, that's fine. The world looks great, so I'm enjoying that. And then I really enjoy just exploring the city. At the start, there's a really sad scene where there's like the brood of cats, and then obviously you end up separated from them.
Yeah.
Which is really sad. I was like, oh my god, no. You get over it very quickly.
Is it really sad indie game like music, like violins and shit?
No. There's no. I don't think there is any music in that bit. It's just it's like silence.
Oh, okay.
But then once you get through that little bit at the beginning, it's just you just fuck around as a cat. That's kind of it. It's just you're just knocking paint pots over, just causing mischief. And there's a little bit of jank, like some stuff. There's a couple of animations where, like, instead of just picking stuff up, sometimes it'll just magnetize to your mouth.
Oh, okay.
And there's a couple of bits and bobs where I'm like, it's not a deal breaker, but and like sometimes when you hop from one object to another, your model will like freak out a little bit, and you'll, like, the animations aren't always as silky smooth as they could be, but I don't know. It's like, how much is it? Is it 25?
I think it's like 24. 23.99. Yeah.
You know, it's half the price of a AAA game.
Yeah.
And it's very tightly put together. There's a lot in here. And it's just, I've just been playing it on the sofa, just absolutely loving it. And I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And it's not, I mean, it wouldn't be Game of the Year contender anyway, let alone Game of the Year contender in the same year Elden Ring comes out.
Yeah.
So it's just a charming little indie game.
Like, how is the?
Would you say?
You go, Steve.
Oh, I was gonna say, would you say this is worth some of the 10s out of 10s and 9s out of 10s it's been getting?
I mean, it's different, which I think should be commended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not many cat games. But the one that I was really excited for was Little Kitty Big City, which is just like it's out when it's out, which is heartbreaking. So this has come out in the meantime.
That is a great name, by the way.
It is. It's like Mario Odyssey, but you're a cat, and I'm all over it. But yeah, this has come out, and it's every inch of it feels really detailed, really well put together. There's a lovely story, and you know it isn't. There's lots of environmental storytelling, and it's not just platforming. There's like puzzles and some like chase sequences, like the one that's on screen right now. Ooh. So there's more to it than just like, just walking around a city. So I've just had a really good time with it, and it's an easy recommend if you like platformers and you like cats and you like the general concept of this. It's like 23 quid. That's not a terrible amount. It's just really, I've just enjoyed every second of it. So
I feel like the Reddit has slightly soured me on the game for the stupidest reasons, where it's like the game came out and I was like, this looks really, really cool. And then all I saw on Reddit for like a week was like, you can press square to meow, watch the cat knock over a thing off the table. Here's a video of here's my cat like scratching at my TV whilst I play. And I was like, okay. It's a cat game,
that was one of those things that I found where in the game, as you mentioned, there's these context sensitive areas where there's like the arm of a chair where you can scratch it and sharpen your claws, and there's a cushion next to a person playing guitar and you can like curl up and sleep there, and like there's no benefit to it, there's no point. It's just there because a cat does it. But then every single time I saw it, I was like, I'm going to do that. I was like, is this what being a cat is? You just see stuff that you can be like, I'll sharpen my claws on that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So you just kind of end up role playing as a cat by just being like, I'm just going to knock everything over and sharpen my claws and everything, and just be a bloody nuisance, because why not?
What I'm hearing is cat people have ruined cat souls.
Yeah, basically. Wait, what? Cats what?
Cat people have ruined cat souls. No, Stray, sorry.
What the fuck is cat souls?
Jesus.
Flashback to a different
Steve just made a game up. No, it's interesting you saying about how like there are all these contextual like cat stuffs, because we have another friend called Chris who bought this and played through it, and
massive cat person.
Yeah, and it took him like 2 hours.
He finished it in 4 hours.
There is an achievement, I believe, for for all you platinum heads out there.
Yes.
There is a trophy for doing this in under 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
But I would genuinely say that that's not even a second playthrough thing, because there's a lot to this game. And the little sort of, they're not really levels. They're like spaces that you kind of work your way into are really densely packed and really well put together. So there's lots of stuff to do and lots of like secrets to find. There's like you help your little robot friend in your backpack. He's got like memories, and you have to help him find all of that stuff. Find all of his memories, and there's like 100% meter that you can fill up. So it's a bit of like if you like 100%ing stuff, there's an element to it as well.
Is the game literally like a lot shorter if you're not a cat person or into role playing as a cat? I know that's a really weird sentence, but
no, I think that's just. I reckon it's. I sharpen my claws on every armchair, but that adds like 10 seconds.
Okay, yeah.
It's really not that long, and I will say a lot. I'm playing this on a controller on PC, but I feel like there is some of this stuff where you're like sharpening your claws and doing stuff where you're climbing things.
Yeah.
That I feel like would feel better on I don't know if it's a feature, but I feel like they've designed it to have the DualSense triggers on the PS5 involved in some way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that I feel like I'm probably missing a very small aspect of this by not having a PS5.
I was secretly hoping you were going to say the virtual reality like touch sensitive gloves that you can buy. Like, this really isn't as good unless you can physically claw at the sofa yourself.
Oh my god, imagine. Worth it. Worth every
Actually,
penny.
you can be the cat. No, but would you recommend this?
Yeah, I think it's, if you are thinking about upgrading your PlayStation membership for the new one, to go for, I think is it extra? The one that's one tier up.
Oh, yeah.
You get it free on that. Can recommend it. I think it's worth that if you're looking to upgrade the plan anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it is to get the edition.
I had thoughts about this last week.
Yeah, I think you can probably get it. Consider it's £24. I don't know how much it is to add that onto an existing PSN.
Yeah.
I can't do the maths.
I won't go through that again, but my issue was I went to upgrade my PlayStation Plus specifically for this game, and I had to.
Wanted you to start the whole year.
You had to do the whole year, and I was like, no, don't want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, on Steam, it's a very comfy.
Yeah,
I don't know. You can put a good few hours into it and just soak up the atmosphere. If you like this kind of cyberpunky, roboty, grimy overworld, it's beautiful. I'm thoroughly impressed with how good it all looks.
It does look.
It looks
really fucking good, doesn't it?
It is so well put together, and it kind of, the cat and the city are the two characters.
Well, that's a good picture.
Which I think is I think that's the kind of wanky thing that the cyberpunk people said when they were doing their press releases. They were
the
like,
city is a character. Yeah, I hate that.
But in this, it genuinely is the case. So yeah, it's thoroughly enjoyable.
The city is the character. In Stray, what makes you come? I can't make that joke.
Bloody hell.
Oh. Good stuff, though, man. Have you played anything else this week?
The other thing that's taken over my life is 2 Point Hospital, ahead of the release of 2 Point Campus.
I got really confused then, because I thought you were about to talk about the campus one, and I was like, what the fuck? That's out? When did that come out?
Surprise!
Yeah, surprise.
Perks of being a community manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just contact other teams, and I'm like, hey, so I work really hard. Can I please have your game early? Thanks.
Give me video game.
I don't like management sims. I don't like growing up. I know that Theme Hospital was like the one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
This is that. I did not play Theme Hospital, so the nostalgia is completely lost on me. But it is made by a team called 2 Point Studios. They're based here in the UK, and the humor is very British.
Yeah.
It is all the so you deal with people with illnesses, and they're all puns. Like every illness is a pun, and it's very slapstick, and I don't know. It just I've never really gone in for a game like this, and then all of a sudden I bought this on a whim, and then I started playing it, and I was like, oh my god, this is so funny, and also really addictive, because you start off with like essentially a GP practice, and they're like, okay, build a reception, and then you build a GP's office, and then if you prescribe someone with an illness, you need a pharmacy, so you build a pharmacy and you hire a pharmacist, and then they're like, okay, then someone's we've discovered a new illness, you build a treatment room, and then you're like, okay, to look after all this we need a janitor, and if something happens, if a patient dies, they can come back as a ghost, so you need to hire a janitor that has a qualification in ghost hunting, and they vacuum up the ghosts. And then you need
Luigi.
And then
if there's something strange in your neighborhood, you gotta call
Luigi.
And it just very quickly evolves from that. But you kind of get the satisfaction of just being like, okay, I'm just gonna streamline. So it's based on levels. So you start off small and gradually get bigger, and you work through getting your hospital up to 3 stars on a rating system.
Yeah.
You work your way up through the star rankings by just getting better and better at what you're doing, making more money, treating more patients, getting more and more accurate diagnosis, hiring the best staff, whatever. And it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger with every hospital.
I played quite a bit of this.
You did,
and I really liked it. I wasn't like too hot on the gameplay in the end. But I think what really got me, which is what you were saying, is the humor is so British, and it's just a few of the bits just had me really, really rolling. I remember there's a lady over the tannoy doing like just tannoy stuff, like, oh doctor, please go to blah blah, and the jokes are just really funny. I just remember that's what my takeaway was. I just remember that.
Every now and then they'll be like, oh, a hospital inspector is coming round, and then the woman on the tannoy is like, hospital inspector is here, please look less ill than you are. And just like random stuff like that. And I haven't gone in on any of the DLC yet, but I know that essentially adds different scenarios. There's like a moon base one.
There's quite a lot of it.
Yeah, it's a fair bit. So there's a couple of like cosmetic ones, and then there's like there's an ambulance one, there's a crisis one, and then so there's a bunch of different ones, which is really cool, and I quite like it. And so I'm gonna probably fork out for some of these soon.
Yeah, and there's not sequel, but I suppose their next game, which is 2 Point Campus, is out relatively soon, right? It's like a week, I think.
The 9th.
Yeah, so that's like a week and a bit.
And that's Game Pass as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I think.
I'm excited for that.
Is this Game Pass? I can't remember.
I don't know, actually. Let me check. I've got it up.
Yeah, it might be. It definitely, maybe, absolutely, maybe.
Possibly be.
Yeah, it is.
I love games like these. I love management sim games and stuff like that. I've put a lot of time into this game.
I was going to say, I kind of got to a point where like I had 4 hospitals on the go, and all of them were just raking in money and 100% diagnosis and treatment rate, and I was just watching graphs get bigger, and I was like, this is what Sam does. This is it. I've hit peak Sam. This is it.
I love it.
But yeah, I kind of picked this up when it came out, and I played a couple of hours of it, and I was like, yeah. And I just didn't go back to it.
Yeah.
And then this week I was just like, I just fancy playing something kind of creative, but not like Minecraft. Like I want to just design the hospital. And I was like, let's see how far I go. And it's just snowballed catastrophically out of control. And I don't know what to do as it's just taken over my life. So it's a bloody good time. And I had no idea that it was on Game Pass. So now no one has an excuse not to.
Yeah, everyone should check it out.
I might play this. You've just reminded me that it's on there. Now I might play this. Oh, no, I'll wait for campus. Really, who am I kidding?
Yeah. Well, speaking of like Minecraft, I won't go crazy into it, but that's the only thing I've been playing this week, just because it's so easy and so comfy. You never just boot Minecraft just because you feel like playing.
Server up.
No, sometimes it's just cool just to chill in Minecraft. I've been playing specifically. I've been playing mods in Minecraft. There's one that I always go back to called Sky Factory, which is it's the Minecraft mod where you literally start in the sky. There is no terrain, and you start on a tree on one block of dirt.
I think I saw this on I think literally the front page of YouTube was like, oh my god, trending. Markiplier plays Skyfact or something. I was like,
it rings a bell.
It is absolute Zoomer bait. But
do not click on a Minecraft video, or that's all you will get recommended.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. No.
I'm not going to talk about this for ages because there's nothing to talk about. But it's like I say, you start on one little block, and you can basically build everything in the game starting from just that tree. And there's always a certain point where I fall off because it gets like needlessly complicated.
Yeah.
But it's always nice, like you chop down the tree, and it's like, oh, I can make some wooden, planks to now walk around on, and I can plant a second tree. Now I have 2 trees, and I can make a box. And it's like you slowly start on this one tree into like a base, and you can really physically see, like, I have made this. There's no like, here's where the land starts and ends. It's like everything here I have made, which I really like.
Everything the sun touches.
Would you need an encyclopedic knowledge of Minecraft to kind of get that? Because that's my concern, is that if I wanted to jump into one of these and I was like, I don't know what I need to make.
I disagree with Sam. I think you do. Not inside. Okay, I'm going to say like a middle ground. There are certain bits where I have to make something or do a certain thing, and it's like I Google it, and it's like, obviously you do this like you would in base game, and I'm like, I don't know that,
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like I need a dandelion. How'd you get a dandelion? Well, use bone meal on grass. That makes the grass grow with flowers, you idiot. It's like I didn't know that.
The flip side to that is there are so many mods of Sky Factory out now, or Skyblock, or whatever they're going by now, that normally they have like a quest system built in to give you progression hits, so you don't have to be like, well, what do I do next?
That's
like you can just, let's go in the book. Oh, I need to make a farm. I need to get iron or whatever.
That's my only issue with it. Is like you're saying, most of the time, and this does have a quest system, 100%, and it is like, next make this. This leads into that. It's like a massive skill tree, right? And it's like, it tells you what you have to do to the next stuff. But there are certain bits where it's like, now use a smelter to do this. And a smelter is from like a random mod pack that I've never seen before in my life. And you have to, you have to build it and put lava in it. And it's just like, it's like, how do I get lava? I'm in the sky with a tree. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun with this. I've been playing that this week. I've played it before in the past, and I had the itch to play it again. It's a bit weird. You have to download like some third-party app to install the mods. It's all legit, but it's a bit like you have to run around to get it to work a little bit.
Yeah, I remember trying to get a Sky something working in Minecraft was a real pain. In multiplayer especially, was like, oh, you don't have this pack, so you got to go and do this. And then, it was...
I have lost many weeks of my life to Skyblock in particular.
Yeah. It's really... I think the fact that, like I said, the mod pack... So I'm playing specifically, it's called Sky Factory 4. And because they're not quests, but it shows like, here's the linear steps to what you need to do to make this, to make that, to make that. It's very like, oh, but one more thing. I'll make one more thing. I'll do this next step. And it's like, just lose so much time.
Yeah.
The whole like, just one more. It's a tricky one because you got to be careful because you can just lose a day just like making trees. But yeah, that's all I played for the week. That and the hunt event that we talked about at the start. But who else has played something this week? I'm going to throw the ball out randomly, and whoever catches it first can talk about.
I was going to say, I'm not sure if we want to talk about it this week, but me and Sam have both been playing Digimon Survive.
Oh, 2 for 1.
Part of me is like, we can talk about it, but part of me is like, they did the creators of this have put out like a thing saying like, hey, it's a very good story. You share it, but anything past chapter 5, please wait 2 months to share.
I mean, just talk about up to chapter 5 then.
Okay, well,
I'm on chapter 3.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, Steve is ahead of me now.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, like, I feel like this game, like, it might completely change at chapter 5. Like, that's got me intrigued.
It's tricky because I think Didn't Persona 5 had something similar, where it was like, please don't talk about this game past a certain in-game date. And it was like, oh fuck, what happens? And then it's just like, yeah, it's cool, but like, it's not like everyone dies or something. It's just it's just plot.
Persona
spoilers.
annoyed me as well because it does that thing where every time a cutscene started, it would be like, oh, you can't record this, and it's like, okay, I wasn't gonna, but thanks for reminding me.
I think it was certain Final Fantasy games had that as well. I think
Kingdom Hearts as well.
Yeah. And it's all fine, but then occasionally, very rarely, I will actually stream from my PlayStation directly.
Yeah.
And that's the stuff that gets hit, where I'm like, oh, it'd be cool if you could all see this.
Like, I used to get that with, this is such a complete tangent, but Black Ops 3 on the PlayStation.
Really?
So you play, I used to play zombies with friends locally. We just like 4 of us hop on and we'll just do like, we'll do 2 split screens across 2 PlayStations and we'll just play zombies. And I used to just play Spotify through my PlayStation. But every time a game ends, there's like a 5-second cutscene of just like trees. That you can't stream it, you can't record it, and it pauses any music you're listening to. So it's just a 10-second panning shot of some woods.
Amazing.
And then it's like da da da, and the music comes back in, and you're back in the menu, and then you have to do that again when you load into the game. And I was like, this sucks.
Why is
Whose
that?
idea was
Is that like a glitch?
I have no idea.
That is PlayStation. I'm pretty sure just in general, PlayStation, you're not allowed to stream cutscenes.
No, that's not true. I've definitely
that's got to be by game by game choice. You
specify when you want to block stuff being shown. I'm pretty sure as a developer, I mean, because I've streamed so much stuff directly through my PlayStation in the past, and that's not been an issue. It's just certain things. They're like, nope, can't watch that because we say so.
Our game is too story driven, and we're not having any spoilers.
It's always like, as well. It's always games that's like, all right, your story's not that good.
Calm down a bit.
Kingdom Hearts, and you're just worried about people spoiling Kingdom Hearts. Come on.
Right. On the topic of stories not that good, what's your starting impression on this game? Steve.
So far, I'm like, to me, the story is the best bit, and it's not that like, I'm like intrigued, but I'm not. Like frothing at the mouth to like find out the next.
The story's the best bit, and it's shit.
Well, no, it's not. It's not shit for me so far, but it is. It's not gripped me yet. I'm not like right now thinking like, oh, I really want to go on Digimon Survive and find out the next part.
Just you wait till chapter 5, man. Oof.
Maybe.
4.
I've got feelings about this game.
Yeah, this game to me, it's not like 90% of it is story, it's cutscenes, it's visual novel, little bit of teeny bit of point and click, and then the other rest of it is like the tactics battles.
Yeah,
which so far aren't that involved, like compared to like other games, which I'm like used to, like Final Fantasy Tactics or Fire Emblem and all that. The story, as I said, the story's okay. In some places it's better than others. It says there's a lot of like dialogue options. There's a lot of dialogue options to be like, oh, do you want to do this, and that might make this character like you a bit more, or whatnot.
Like a Telltale kind of thing.
Kinda a little bit. For me, the big problems are there's not enough Digimon in this one, and the battles. I figured out that you can do auto battles and you can speed it up as well. So
you completed the game for yourself automatically.
There's an auto battle button.
You press start in a battle, and you can even choose what type of auto battle you want. You like, is it quick as possible, or do you want to digivolve and all that? And it's quite involved. I'll let Sam talk about the game a bit more.
If you just don't care about the game, you just want the
story. I've also got it on the easiest setting as well, though, because I'm a little bitch.
No, I've had to bump the difficulty up because this game is for babies.
Yes.
So I'm gonna.
Can I, before you start, can I get a really quick roll call in how many hours you've both put in for context?
I have 10.5 hours.
10.5, and Steve.
I am checking.
Must be a little bit further, I guess, because you said you're a bit further.
11.6.
Oh, okay, 11.6. Yeah, but you're auto battling every single fight, so that'll do it.
I've done a lot of grinding. So I'm trying to recruit, I guess is the nice way to put it, every Digimon.
Same.
It's the catchphrase, isn't it? It's the subtitle.
Yeah, you got to catch them all.
Yeah.
The issue with that is it does this like mini game where you talk to it and it gives you four options and then you have to pick one and it like likes it or dislikes it. And that's like whatever, that's fine. Okay, take it or leave it.
That sounds like Persona. That sounds like
that's Persona,
SMT.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's the kicker: is you succeed and then you go join my team, and then it says this has a 22% chance of succeeding.
Oh no! What?
And then you're like, okay, I didn't get it. Let's go into the next fight. Oh, that thing I want isn't here. Round up this fight. Next fight. Oh, it's not here again. Round up this fight. Oh, it's not here again. I didn't know about auto battling, so that's made my life living hell.
And you can speed it up as well, like 3 times.
Okay.
So you win the fight, and then you talk to it, and you're like, do you want to join? And then for no reason...
It's not even that.
You have an option to talk to Digimon mid-fight, and that's how you recruit
or even
them.
just at the start of fight sometimes.
Yeah, you don't have to hit them or weaken them.
But is it literally talk to a Digimon, flip a coin, you either get it or you don't kind of thing?
If it was flipping a coin, I would love that.
Yeah.
The odds are far worse.
Yeah, basically, you go into a battle, and it's when one of the human characters, Digimon, when it's their turn, they have the option to talk. And then there is a choice of 6 questions, like per Digimon, and there are 4 options, and there's one like perfect answer. And I've of course looked up a guide, so I can just like skip.
I'm thinking about making my own notepad because it makes some battles go faster. But if there's not a battler, I might not know.
Because some of the questions and answers are so dumb. It's like. Some Digimon, it's like, oh, like they want you to talk shit to them. Basically, they want you to call them trash.
But that is so. My only comparison here is Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah,
and that's
I'm fine with.
Yeah, because you talk to a demon in Shin Megami Tensei, and the demon will go, "Oh, how does the moon look to you?" And your answer will be like, "It looks good. It looks bad. It looks okay." And you'll be like, it looks bad, and the demon will go, "You fucking idiot," and take half your life and walk off.
Yeah.
But then this one, it does like Patamon, for example, is like some of it wants you to talk shit, and it's like, but it's Patamon. He's like digivolves into an angel. What you would think he'd want to be like.
Don't kink shame Patamon.
Yes, the best thing is each Digimon has the same answers. So if you fight the same thing over and over, you learn.
So it's consistent.
Digimon specific patterns.
6 questions per Digimon.
But each Digimon has its own different 6 questions.
Mm-hmm.
So I have issues with that. My issue is the RNG bit.
Right.
That's my hard issue.
Yeah.
Story-wise, the story is fine. I would like
put out in the box.
It does this thing, right, where it tries to put the threat of death in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Of where like, oh, there's dangerous Digimon about. If we're not careful, we could die. And I'm like, but it's a Digimon game.
Yeah, so no one's gonna die.
No one is dying, right?
Yeah.
It already gives you a cutscene of all the tamers with their Digimon before anyone's even seen a single Digimon. So I already know who gets what.
Yeah.
Which kind of annoyed me. But it's like, because it's a visual novel, all I'm thinking of was when I play this is because it's trying to have a horror undertone.
I was going to say, I heard this is somewhat horror. Is it horror?
It's kids horror.
It does try to have a horror undertone, but again, it's got that like it's a kids anime, nothing can actually ever go wrong. And I'm like, man, if you just killed a character within the first hour, this game would be fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
But
that's all I can think when I play this, because they keep like, we got into a fight with one of the first bosses, and then like that's when you first digivolve, right, in the cutscene.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it does it by like, oh, we're so pushed back, and oh, we're in real trouble, and then he goes, through all the things we've gone through together, and I'm like, this is our first fucking fight. Like, gone through what together? We've not done anything.
Well, it's like the games all talk but doesn't follow through. Where it's like, oh, we could kill someone at any point, and you're just like, you do it then, motherfucker, do it. And you're like, oh, I'm gonna do it. Well, do it. Go on, I dare you, do it. I'm gonna do it.
This entire game premise is really good in my opinion.
Yeah.
But someone's gone, by the way, we're Digimon, so it has to be PG-13.
Yeah.
This
And
is
it's
why I'm like,
completely held it back.
I'm like chapter 5. I'm hoping like half the cast gets massacred or something.
They get obliterated by
really
that Digimon
wanted
with the 2
character
Gatling
to
guns.
die because it the amount of times it was like, oh, we can't go out exploring, we might die. We can't stay here, we might die. Like the characters keep saying how they might die.
Yeah.
But I agree. That would have been so
happens
good
because it's Digimon.
It would have been so good if one of the characters died in the first. Yeah, I 100% agree. That would have been like almost Game of the Year level of storytelling. I would think.
Yeah, the storytelling wise, yeah, it would have been fantastic. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still going to play it and get through it, but I'm just like, it's so. This game could actually be a really good visual novel game.
Yeah.
And at the moment, it's not.
It's just it's held back by its own IP, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like most games, Digimon games, they all try something different, and they are generally bad at the game. But if you like Digimon, they're like an okay to good Digimon game. Never great.
But that's the weird thing, which is just like, again, yeah, it's held back by its own IP, but by the same merit, no one would play it if it wasn't this IP.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Yeah, what do you do?
And gameplay wise, I can't even compare it to Fire Emblem of Tactics.
Yeah.
Because in those games, when you're on a map, you genuinely got to like worry about your characters taking too much damage and stuff like that. And in this, it's like, oh, the enemies are just going to stay in place until I get within their range, so I can just move everyone up really slowly if I want, or I can just blow everyone out, because even if they all focus fire one of my guys, they're not strong enough. Like I've had to bump the difficulty up. There is no difficulty. There is no challenge.
You had Fire Emblem Heroes on mobile, which is the gacha one, but that was a lot simpler, where it was like smaller maps compared to Fire Emblem. Maybe like less complicated fights.
Probably the maps probably take about the same amount of time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's Digimon Survive to that Fire Emblem Heroes game.
There has been one, I think, like the second major boss that had like a bigger map, which makes me think like, oh, hopefully as the game goes on.
Maybe.
But we'll have to see.
Chapter 5 turns into an open world game, and the maps are infinite.
I'm on Chapter 2, so I could be completely wrong about this game. But if you're not going to actually start throwing some decent hooks in me by Chapter 2, Chapter 3, something has gone wrong.
It's like you're like 10 hours in. The game should have hooked you by now if it was
Also, me and Sam are dirty grinders who are like, we must get
I'm trying to capture everything I've come across. So maybe, I could be further in. But again, I really like this game, and I want to like this game. I think me and Steve have different perceptions of it, because I really like the visual novel aspect.
Yeah.
I like that bit. I think Steve would probably prefer like an open world. Actually having a character and walk around.
I would prefer that, like Digimon Cyber Sleuth, but I'm enjoying the visual novel aspect of it because I don't play them too often. So I'm like, this is an okay story.
Yeah. But as someone who plays visual novels, I'm like, you don't deserve to be in the same category. I don't want to be that gatekeeper, but visual novels is the only thing they've got is the storytelling.
Yeah.
So they do it fucking well.
Well, didn't you? I'm not sure if you've played it yet, but didn't you recently bought the new Phoenix Wright games?
Yeah.
Which are just like peak visual novel as far as I'm concerned. It's just like
Sexy Clown Girl, yeah.
No, not that one. That's the ye old Phoenix Wright. I can't remember what they're called. Chronicles? Something Chronicles.
I don't know.
But yeah.
The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
Yeah. If you're going to stand in the ring with giants.
It's got Sherlock Holmes in it.
This has absolutely blown my mind, because I mean, from just looking at the trailer that was running on the Steam page, this game doesn't know what the fuck it wants to be.
No.
And
it's
this
like
game got delayed
7 things.
6 or 7 times as well. This is like a long time in the coming.
Yeah. I stand by, this could have been a fantastic game, but someone went, Digimon has to be for kids.
Yeah.
Like if they went to make like an adult Digimon game with like permadeath and stuff like that, this game could have been fantastic.
Digimon is the franchise to do it as well, because Pokemon's not going to do it. So what have you got?
Yeah.
It's like the balls in Digimon's Court to do some really weird shit and get a bunch of people to go like, okay, this isn't Pokemon anymore, because I know it's obviously not Pokemon, but for a lot of people that are surface, it's like the second Pokemon. It's like, that Pokemon thing that was on TV in the 90s.
Even spoilers for season 3 of Digimon, but in that one there is
hang on. Hold on. Midway through 2, Steve. Okay, go down.
In that one there is a girl who her Digimon dies, and she just spends the rest of the fucking anime moping because her Digimon died. And
what an idiot!
That was darker than this.
What an idiot!
That might be the only time in history someone has said spoilers for season 3 of Digimon.
Seasons for spoilers for Father Ted season 4.
I didn't even know Digimon spoke. So this is the whole
You didn't watch season 1? Oh, you missed out.
I didn't watch it because I just looked at Agumon and I was like, it's just gone from Tekken. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, he farts on you and punches.
I was like, nah, you're all right. And then they're like, oh, it digivolves into a guy who wears gene chains that turns into their OC. I'm checked out. I'm completely checked out.
Digimon has always been the Attitude Era version of Pokemon.
Oh my god, it absolutely is. That guy in the middle of the screen is the most DX looking ass.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was always my problem with Digimon is that it was always like Pokemon evolutions always made sense because it was like it's bigger, it looks the same as before, blah blah blah. Whereas I felt like Digimon was like you have one thing, then it turns into like a completely different color, and then now it's got tank treads, and then it digivolves again, and now it's a fucking car.
A lot of them have multiple paths. It's because Digimon was originally based off the Tamagotchi thing, and that was just like black and white 2D pixel sprites, so they didn't really give a fuck. And it's a series that you have to kind of be into Digimon to see, and it's I have a special place in my heart for Digimon. Like season 1, one of the best animes out there, I would say. Like for back in the day.
That's the only thing this game is doing really well for me is the Digimon digivolving paths. Your main one seems to digivolve based on your alignment, based on what answers you've given.
Mm-hmm.
So I was expecting Agumon, it digivolves. Oh, it's going to digivolve into Greymon.
Yeah, that's the normal. That's a normal route, right?
Mine did not.
What did it turn into?
I got Tyrannomon.
I asked that as if I would know what that looked like. What did you get? I don't know.
But I found that kind of cool. Like I found that out and was like, okay, so my choices are actually affecting what path.
Yeah.
I'm going down. Kind of that is somewhat neat.
Can you answer the questions so poorly that you end up with that Digimon that looks like a literal turd?
No, none of the default ones can go down that route.
I like the idea of just you answer the question so badly, it's like there you go, shit.
That's one of the Digimon I'm attempting to befriend right now.
Oh, the poo poo.
Yeah.
Why is there a poo poo Digimon, man?
Digimon.
Oh, literally.
I get what you're saying about they're like because the trailer made it look like it's very skewed to a horror angle. And they're like, oh my god, we could die out here, but it's literally called Digimon Survive. No one's going to die. It's in the name.
Yeah.
Digimon, no one dies. Chapter 5, Agumon crashes a megabus. I don't know where is this going?
This is like a developer's cry for help, isn't it? Where they're like, we so badly want to stop making Digimon games, and we want to make horror visual novels.
Please let us make something more interesting.
Again, I think there is if they could keep the Digimon license and make it a really dark horror game, that would people up. That would
It's got the spine, it's got the backbone for a good horror visual novel.
Yeah.
They chose to keep it PG-13 though. So
you have to both of you have to update us when you get to chapter 5, and if it drastically changes or if it's just like this person was evil all along. I like
the idea of them don't spoil anything past chapter 5 and nobody gets there because nobody likes the game.
No one found the first uncompletable game or uncompleted game. No one got far enough. Any last words from both of you?
Not really. It's just
despite how negative about this game I am, I do like it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying my time with it, but I wish it was more. I'm pining for
Well, it might get better if you keep playing.
Yeah.
All right, and then just lastly, Will, have you played anything this week? Or
I have, but I think we should probably, because we're going a bit late, I think we should probably save it for next week.
Okay, yeah, save it.
I have played. I'll say I've played Metroid Dread.
Oh
my god!
I don't think I like that game.
Oh, okay.
So when I'm taking this bait. When I started playing Metroid Dread, I was like, how did they fuck up Metroid? How did you get this wrong? And then I started actually getting the parry timing, and I was like, this game rocks. Oh my god. We'll have to. I was very frustrated by it at the beginning, but it won me over by the end. I was like, oh hell yeah. Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
I'll hold my rage for a whole week, I guess.
That's stunningly brave.
That's a little tease for next week.
Josh will start the podcast next week screaming.
Yeah. Welcome to the podcast, everybody.
Will, tell me what
Metroid
you think.
Dread. All right, let's hop into some news then. Not sure how much you've all been tracking the news this week, but there are a few good ones this week, I feel.
Yeah.
I think I've kind of ordered them from, I think, most important to least important. The first big one is there's been a whole bunch of news about GTA 6.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Does anyone know anything about this? Who's heard?
GTA 6 is a thing.
GTA 6 is a thing.
I've seen this headline.
Yes.
And I have seen the incels that are outraged by it.
Yeah, so it shouldn't be a big deal, but apparently for some people it is. Basically, for the first time ever, you'll be able to play as a female main character in GTA, which I think is awesome.
The option to be.
Well, that's the thing, where it says... So some people are saying, like, an option, but at the same time, the last game let you play as 3 different main characters, and it was important that you went between the 3 characters, right?
It's always. I think they're all character driven, so it's not like
create
your generic avatar.
So
they are actual established characters.
Yeah, I assume you'll play as both. But yeah, this is go for it.
Well, I was gonna say, but if you've played any of the online, you'll know that the online has a sort of story almost, which involves making your own character.
That is true,
and that is the part that's made all of the money in the world.
Infinite
so I do wonder
money.
If they might maybe lean into that a little bit.
So what's happened so far? What they've said so far is there's 2 main characters, one of them being a woman for the first time ever, and the story's going to be influenced by infamous bank robbers Bonnie and Clyde. So they're going to do some kind of spin on that, I guess. But what they've also mentioned is it's like, what was the one on PS2? Vice City, where they're going more for like a thing like that. Like sort of that time zone, not time zone, that period of time, and a city.
Okay.
Yeah, so you would return to Miami, which I think is really cool. Like Vice City was such a good game, at least at the time. All those sort of like lights and music and stuff.
For me, whenever the companies or whatever movies say they're going to like that period, it's like, oh, so before we had, computers in our pockets.
Well, yeah, the big chunky mobile phones and.
Yeah.
But there's
it's really hard to rob people when everyone's got a camera and a direct line to the police in their phone.
True.
But there's been people saying, I've seen people saying like, how would they do online then? Surely they're not going to lock online to that time zone. And it's like, well, again, they have infinite money, right? They might just make some of the map again and have it be present day, whereas you have the main game be some story based 1980s Bonnie and Clyde thing.
Yeah.
They could do that. I wouldn't put it past them. They could definitely do that.
I can envision them being like, oh, the story tracks this like elusive crime duo.
Yeah.
Like, their money's gone missing and it's never found and the case just remains open. And then in the present day, you've got like fledgling online communities trying to find this hoard of wealth and doing heists and shit.
The GTA series is one of the only series that I pin as they could do literally anything and it wouldn't be outrageous for that game to do because it literally has infinite money. Like every new GTA that launches breaks records for how much a game makes on launch day. I think like every single time one comes out. So, but yeah, so they're saying it's going to have not a smaller map, but like nothing massively bigger. You know, the expectation is always bigger. But it's just going to be still a large map, but like a dense map. There's more interiors and stuff like that, which I think was a problem with the other ones. Yeah, the other ones you can't really like go inside many places, but I think they're trying to change that.
What would you want from a new GTA?
There's one.
It almost feels like a landmark release, doesn't it? Like that's going to influence games to come for the next whatever generation. But what are you kind of hoping for?
The only thing I can think of is I would like them to maybe reach out to the RP community and kind of get their feedback, because like that's where it's really popped off, is that like GTA RP modded. So I'm like, work with them. That could be a whole, that could skyrocket if you like combined powers.
That was going to be my answer.
The Megazord.
My answer wasn't to work with them, but to straight up have their own RP mode in the game.
Yeah.
Where it's like, like you say, work with the RP people, find out what they've done and what draws people into that, and just have that as an official mode within the game and support it. Because then there's
a lot of like policing in that mode that they do, so it's like I don't think GTA like Rockstar will want to be like policing it themselves, but like give them the tools.
What do you mean policing?
Well, because like the RP communities will ban like people who break RP, and there's
it's
a lot of
moderated,
that.
yeah.
Like it's heavily.
But different server has their own rules. Right?
But yeah, just have that as an official feature in the game where you can literally
give them the tools to moderate by themselves.
Okay, yeah.
Like Minecraft, Minecraft has Minecraft Realms, right, and stuff like that, where you can buy servers and they're hosted by Microsoft or Mojang or whatever. Just do that. We've officially supported GTA RP in GTA 6. You have to buy a server from us with the mode for like, they could charge stupid amounts of money probably. And it comes with everything you want to do RP. And that way people don't have to mod the shit out of it to get what they want. You can just do it whilst Rockstar are making money to support it.
Yeah. I could see that. That would be fun.
I think the best thing about this is I think this kind of points towards some kind of proper story content, like single player story content, which I was really worried they would actually move away from in the next game. Because there was, like, in the back of my head, it's called GTA 6, but they could have just done GTA Online 2 and been like, there's a story in it, but like it's GTA Online 2. Like,
yeah, definitely.
I like the idea of a sit-down story mode for like, 40, 50 hours. Because I don't play the online. I like the story, so that's just me. But
I never played 5 or 4. I think the last one I played was one on PS2.
Probably, that's
probably Vice City then. Right?
Probably Vice City or San Andreas. Yeah. You mentioned it. You didn't know who CJ was.
And then the 2D one as well. And the 2D one as well. I played that one and loved the shit out of it. That was the game when I was younger. That's the 18+ game.
Oh yeah, back in the day.
That's the one my parents like heard of and never let me play.
I remember being in primary school and going around a friend's house, and he had just got a PS2.
Yeah, it's always around a friend's.
And he was like, "Oh, come check out this game I've got," and it was GTA 3. And I was like, "What the?" This was like my mind was blown.
Yeah,
I've been playing Mario 64, and suddenly he's like, he's like, "Look at this!" Presses a few buttons on his controller, gets a cheat code for a flamethrower, and just starts flaming people in 3D. And I'm like, "What the fuck? It's just awesome."
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope we get more news soon. I think it seems like there was nothing about GTA 6 for ages, and now it's like every sort of month and a bit. It's like, here's a little bit more.
Especially considering Red Dead 2 has basically just been taken off life support. It's just completely been abandoned.
Yeah. I can't believe
that was such a big deal, that coming out. And GTA Online is making way more money than this, so just later. Bye.
Yeah. So much potential in Red Dead Redemption Online, and it just,
Both that and GTA Online, though, I've hopped on. I've been like, I'll check this out. I just log on. I just get shot by some random person running past me, and then that's it. I'm just getting killed on spawn by lunatics. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is just where everyone who's feral has been since this game came out in like 2012 or whenever the hell it came out.
Yeah,
just utterly insane. So I'm like, I wouldn't say no to more. I don't know, not even RP stuff, but just like more stuff to make it easier for you to actually just get anything done online.
Yeah, GTA Online is the weird one where I feel like every time I boot it, it looks really cool, but I feel like I've missed the boat. And it's like, here are a whole bunch of heists to do, and here are all these characters and storylines, and I'm just like, yeah, cool, kind of, like, but I don't know what to do or like how to like do it properly, and everyone's always higher level than me, and like you say, you walk down the road and some guy just like caps you, and you're like, okay, I'll leave them.
I'm like, even I'm excited for GTA 6 because I'm like, because there was the rumor that they cancelled two of their projects, two of their like remake projects.
Yeah.
To focus everything on GTA 6, so they're obviously like really focused. On GTA 6, so I'm like, Elden Ring was the game that everyone's hyped about before. I think GTA 6 is going to be like the big one.
It's like I said, like it seems like the wheels are now set in motion to slowly start talking about GTA 6 as a real product and not as some imaginary thing in the distance.
Every game show will be like GTA 6 news. Is it coming? Oh, bad game show wasn't showing any GTA 6.
The question is where it will appear. Like, who's got the big bucks these days? Will it be at a Microsoft show or a Sony show?
That'll be PlayStation, right? Because that was how they literally opened the PS5's showcase by being like, check it out, GTA 5 is going to be on the PS5. And everyone was like, yeah, we know. It's been on every console since the PS3. What are you talking about? But PlayStation made it like their crowning.
It was the biggest debate because it like started up and everyone was like, oh my god, it's just 5 again.
Yeah.
Because GTA looks a certain
GTA
way.
is big enough that it just stands on its... I think they'll just put out a trailer sometime. They'll just say, hey, here it comes next week, GTA trailer. Come watch it. And it's not like they're going to Microsoft to like, please promote our little indie game GTA 6,
I imagine it might be the other way around, where it's like Microsoft or Sony working with them being like, please, can we have this?
Yeah. And then you don't even have to be exclusive, just make people think we're in bed together or something.
And then Nintendo knocks at the door and they're like, no peasant, be gone.
Exclusive to the
Switch.
Please
port your dog shit remakes to our Switch, please.
GTA 5 coming to Switch. It runs at 240p at 7 frames per second.
I thought you were going to say 2 frames a second.
2 frames a second, GTA slideshow edition,
It'd be some like jank cloud version, and
Vice City Tactics.
Oh my god! You have no idea how much I actually want that.
But really though,
I mean, hey.
Nice. I was gonna say something. I can't remember what I was gonna say now. Yeah, it's the other thing they mentioned about this as well was apparently since about 2018, the studio, like internally, has completely turned around. It had like a really bad culture and was just really like crunchy and horrible and kind of how one of the articles described it as like a frat boy culture. Yeah, here we go. Culture of crunch, bullying, and frat house antics. And supposedly, they're much better now. Hence why they're trying to do such progressive stuff like have a woman in the game.
Easier to say that when release date is TBA, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
I saw a bunch of, because I obviously I look at like, I'm subscribed to a lot of gaming industry job listings and stuff, and there have been a lot of postings in pretty much every department around Rockstar.
Yeah.
In their different studios. So I think they are just being like, we'll just I think they've had a big overhaul of people. And some people have been let go, some people have left. There's just been a big old changing of the guard, and so I think they're trying to get a lot of new people in. And I think this whole facelift of them is also kind of coinciding with them trying to be like, all right, big push for GTA 6 now. Here we go.
Yeah. I think they replaced a lot of upper management, which is normally a good place to start. A lot of the shit trickles down. So, GTA 6 is real, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about that. You have so that's that news story. Your next one is this one isn't really a news story, but was something that was kind of really weird over the last week, and it's about Nier Automata. Did any of you hear about this?
Yes, I did.
So
crazy.
I've seen this through the rounds. I have no idea. Everyone just spoke about a fucking door.
Right, so
that door.
That's all I know.
So basically what happened is, for anyone that's played Nier Automata, if you haven't, it's already like a really fucking weird game, right?
Yeah.
Besides all the like robo ass in your face and this, that, and the other, it's just got like really weird themes and aesthetic and music and just strange secrets and stuff. And basically, some guy went on Reddit and posted a video of there's an area in the game that most people you have to go to. I think it's like a fight area, like a boss area. And he walks up to a wall, a blank wall, and the main character 2B just opens a door there and walks through. And in this video, he carries on walking, and there's a whole bunch of weird stuff. There's like a church, there's enemies in there, there's like cutscenes and all this other stuff. And people are trying to like work out like, what have you just posted?
Crazy.
What have you just posted? Because there were no, as far as at the time, there aren't any major mods for the game. You cannot add content, you cannot change anything. So what is this? What is this guy posted? And over the week, this person on Reddit like trickle feeded more stuff. So he would, where the video ended last time, he would carry on a bit more. And Nier Automata ties into some other games, such as the other Nier games and the Drakengard games, which is another series of games. And he was like finding content from Drakengard in there, and this, that, and the other. And people were trying to work out if this was like a hoax.
Frothing at the mouth for this. They were like, what button combination, what item did he pick up and put somewhere?
And so, there's always weird stuff. People are trying to work out, like, is this a hoax? Is this, like, video editing? Is this, like, fake? Is this an ARG for, like, a new game? Like, what is going on? And Yoko Taro, the guy that created Nier and Nier Automata, was also on like he was on Twitter just like trolling, like posting like just his face with the weird helmet that he wears, being like, oh, what is going on? He had no involvement, he was just trolling. Basically what it was in the end is it was a really elaborate mod, and these people that made it have come out and said, yeah, up to now you can't mod the game, but we have made all these open source tools and systems to mod Nier Automata, and they made all this content and put it in, and basically just tricked everyone. It's been crazy. It's been all over my Twitter like all week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's been hitting like the front page of Reddit quite a few times. Just this guy posting a video, like the front page of Reddit is like, oddly satisfying and funny, and then you scroll down, it's like
aww,
yeah,
and it's like, look at my cat doing a big stretch,
yeah, and then you scroll down, and you scroll down one more, and it's like fucking Nier Automata. You're like, what is going on? Why is this here?
What's so weird about this is that I had no idea what you were talking about until you kind of scrolled through it and explained. This is not the only game that this has happened to recently.
Oh, really?
Someone posted a clip of Mario 64 being like, guys, what is this? And there's a part of the overworld where Mario long jumps into an exact corner of like the edge of the Peach's castle area. There's like the hub world where it's all clearly just being like, go in the castle. But if he long jumps into the joint where two surfaces meet, and he just clips straight through it and drops into this completely white textureless area.
Oh, I love it.
And everyone was like, what? This game's what? How long has this game been out? We've never seen this. And the guy just like, he's running through it and showing all this stuff off. And people in the Twitter replies were like, I'm a Mario speedrunner. This is legit. There's no way we can. And people were freaking out. And then the guy came out and was like, oh yeah, I made this all in Blender.
Yeah, it's all fake.
And everyone was like, I can't believe this. We all fell for this. But
I was going to say,
so legit.
Mario 64, I feel like has been they've taken it apart and put it. There is no way there is
anything.
Yeah. Whereas Nier is like could have stood a chance.
I think.
I mean, everything about Nier is just absolutely batshit. So it could just be there could just be doors hidden in walls all the way through the game.
Exactly. Yeah. It was.
I believe it. Yeah.
It was the fact that it was this game specifically that people were just like, this could 100% be real, because the game is so fucking weird.
Could you imagine if the creator was like laughing, like, "Oh wait, they don't know about the secret door that's on the other side. That's actually real."
But yeah, I just thought this was such a cool thing. They came out, the people that made the mod, came out and said ultimately they had no intention of tricking people into thinking it was like an ARG or that like a new Nier game was coming. They just wanted to like have some fun revealing the fact that they can now mod the game properly.
Yeah, I think they were probably hoping that they would just be like, they show people opening the door and everyone's like, oh my god, they've modded it. But actually, the collective hive mind of the internet has an IQ of about 40. And they were just like, we missed a bit.
But then,
immediately
as soon as that happened, if they really didn't want to trick people, they would have been, oh yeah, it's a mod.
No. They did want to trick people. What they didn't want is for people to get mad and be like, where the fuck is Nier Automata 2? Like, people were full on convinced.
Internet.
People
Did you not think that would happen?
Well, no, because it's a video game that's not. It's sold a lot, but it's like
the internet.
It's just
but you can't predict the internet.
No, you can't. It went. The whole thing went viral. The whole thing went viral. In terms of game stuff, and it's like I said, the fact that they were sprinkling like Drakengard stuff, people full on were convinced it was an ARG for a brand new game, and it just got way out of hand. But yeah,
there's nothing's off limits with the funny robot butt game made by the man with the funny mask. Like, everything is possible.
Yeah.
This is why we should stop just giving all these auteur game developers a platform, because they can post this photo on Instagram and be like, hey guys, just working at my desk, and they're like, what's on his pencil? What is it saying?
I think Hideo Kojima, like a few days ago, just tweeted a GIF of Snatcher. Is one of his like first games, really, really old. And it got like fucking stupid amounts of retweets and people being like, and it's like, you can't even post a GIF of his own game without people going absolutely mad.
And that's what he loves. He loves just reminding people that he made a game.
Yeah.
That's
400 hours of helicopter sequences in Metal Gear Solid 5, seeing his name in the credits. Thank you, Hideo. Very cool.
Yeah, but now new Snatcher on PS5 confirmed coming because Hideo Kojima made that tweet.
Please port police notes to Switch, Hideo. I love you.
That's never happening. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I've accepted my fate.
That's the Nier Automata butt hoax. You've then got, this is Call of Duty's new floofy dog skin tainted by plagiarism accusation. This is somewhat new. This is like a day or two ago.
I saw this.
This one is really bad. I actually hate this. It was so Call of Duty Warzone is having a new season, season 4, and like these live service games do, they tease upcoming stuff, new skins, blah 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 blah, and they're adding like the Terminator and this, that, and the other. And one of the skins they were uploading or releasing was a kind of like a bipedal dog skin. You can see it here on the left here.
It's so cursed.
It's really fucking cool. It's so cool.
I love it. I think it's great. Yeah.
I saw that tweet, when they tweeted that image out of the 4 things. I looked at it left to right and I was like, okay, like a bipedal dog. And then I saw the policeman skin. And I was like, that looks a bit like the T-1000. And my brain just hadn't looked one to the right to see the Terminator. I was like, is that like a Terminator reference?
I was like, this
it's actually the
Terminator. Is all over the place. Yeah, Terminator, a random dog? Like, what the fuck?
What the dog doing? Someone explain.
So on the left here is the official artwork that the guy made. This is like 2 years old, this artwork. And then on the right, you can see is the trailer for what they were putting in Warzone.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely stolen. It's 100% stolen.
Yeah. I like that he's gone so far as to like circle key Like, I appreciate that, but it's
it's like, mate, you don't need to.
You really didn't have to go that far. Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
It's like, look at the holster. It's like, yeah, it's a bipedal dog with a gun. It was case closed.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I think it's been removed from the Season 4 page, as in, like, they're obviously not going to do it, but they haven't said anything. No apology or confession. They might just ignore it, which would be terrible, but...
Well, that's what legally.
That's
what they legally that's the best thing for them to do. But
yeah, and I saw some
PR wise, no.
I saw some other stuff as well about this guy saying his artwork had been stolen previously, like the exact same concept by some like NFT group or something.
Yeah,
that again, just like, yep, your art is mine now. We're gonna use it in our thing, and you can't stop us. It's so bad. It's so terrible.
It's funny that you mentioned COD because during this podcast, I saw on Twitter that they have released some anime gun skin that kind of like lights up and does anime music and stuff. I'm like, oh, that gun is. I want that gun. I've retweeted it.
Old news.
Yeah.
Vanguard is not the first gun to get anime textures.
Oh no, but this one is like over the top. I've like retweeted it. You should check out later. Or follow me on Twitter.
Warzone is like proper cursed though. I know like Fortnite has these like collabs where it's like, hi, Darth Vader and blah blah blah, but it's like Warzone has these realistic character models where now it's like like Snoop Dogg is in the game.
Oh yeah, he's
and there's the D-O-double-G.
The D-O-double-G.
He did an announcer pack in Call of Duty Ghosts. Yeah, that's right, gamers. I played Ghosts.
The only person
he did that. And then but they also, who was it? There was like the Australian guy, the guy who was like viral on the Facebook and stuff at the time. He got a voiceover pack and like someone's grandma.
That the guy that like commentated over
he would
like
viral videos. Yeah, he got an announce pack.
Oh, I know the one. Yeah,
actually in the game.
You can run around in Warzone as Snoop Dogg, which is like I said, it's weird to me because like if you put Snoop Dogg in Fortnite, I'd be like, yeah, it's kind of cartoony, cel shaded, whatever. But when it's just Snoop Dogg with an MP5 running around, it's kind of weird.
This is what, because Call of Duty is trying to be Fortnite. They're like, we cannot let that much success just run away from us. We have to, like, don't get me wrong, I'm probably gonna fork over to be the Terminator.
Are you going to buy this dog skin? No,
I didn't want to. I know they're already taking it down and they're going through a whole rigmarole with this, but I didn't want to like dunk on it too much. That dog looks fucking huge. That looks like you are going to be twice the size of every other player. Like you're going to get your head taken off 100% of the time. Why is his head so massive?
No, I'm all for skins. It's
like the
flexing you're better at the game because your skin is like neon bright or something.
The EVA helmet in Halo 3, the one that was just all visor. Yeah. It's like, please shoot me in the face.
What was the other? They added like to go with like more cursed shit. I think they added Attack on Titan characters.
They did.
Let me find that.
Oh, they look terrible. I remember we talked about that before. I think that was really funny. Looked like a really awkward adult cosplaying. It's the character.
Oh my god, it's the Armored Titan. It's so weird. I hate it.
Even Eren Yeager was bad.
Yeah, the Eren Yeager one doesn't look good either. The only skin, and it's going to sound like there's a pattern here, and I'm not biased. The only skin that Warzone's released that is good, that every other game always also releases and gets right, was the Godzilla one.
Oh, yeah.
The Godzilla skin was so good. And then in Fall Guys, Godzilla, bussin'. Again. Once again. He don't miss. And then allegedly could be coming to another popular game. Hypothetically, gonna look great.
Multiverses,
allegedly.
Oh, I think you meant Conqueror's Blade.
I was like, I thought he was gonna stealth drop Godzilla in Conqueror's Blade right here.
Surprise, everyone! The new seasonal update is Godzilla versus Kong because that's the hot topic right now. We're gonna want to get on that.
That was a major conflict in history, wasn't it? Really.
Yeah, I think that's the most important.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah, I think my grandfather fought in that war. Yeah.
You've got the ancient, your classics are your ancient Greeks, your ancient Romans, Godzilla versus Kong. The big three. The big three.
What was
the Kong one looked so shit.
What was that fucking news story from Warzone where it was like players are grinding XP by shooting King Kong in the balls repeatedly.
Yes. So
I think that's like, if there's like an award for best news story of a year, that's got to be up there, right? Shooting King Kong in the balls for mass XP during an event.
Yeah. So Kong would just stand around on the island and like you could shoot him in the head to do more damage, but people were also like, what if you just shoot him in the dick? Like what happens?
Yeah, what if
it turns out he doesn't react, so people would just stand under him and just shoot up into the taint and just completely wipe him out for massive XP. And
can we go out for
what the fuck
can we go out for dinner tonight? No, sorry, I'm getting the boys together to get in a helicopter and shoot King Kong in a taint. Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't text back, babe. I had a sentry gun set up and it was directed straight at King Kong's juicy cheeks. I'm absolutely unloading.
I ranked up though. That's pretty sick.
Yeah. Oh my god, I can't wait to get the next level of the battle pass and I get to be a 48 stone Samoyed. That's also a copyright infringement and die to the Terminator. Fuck, I love Call of Duty. This is so good. Remember when COD 4 was like the most popular game on the planet and they were like, time to become hecking good boys.
Yeah. Also, I'll say a lot of times this stuff is all not like, people all blame COD and they probably should have done due diligence, but a lot of this will have been outsourced and it'll probably be some cheeky intern just nicked that off ArtStation and sent it in as his own work sort of thing.
Yeah, they were like, oh, Johnson, you've got your concept for next week. And he's like, yeah, fucking Christ. ArtStation.
He's there.
Dog with gun.
He's there in the morning stand-up, like, cool idea for Warzone skin. Just give me anything. I haven't done my work this week.
It's just Snoop Dogg again.
It's happened in other games as well. Like Siege had a gun where someone had literally traced over someone else's artwork. And they had to. I'm not sure if they ended up taking that gun down or whatnot, but yeah, it does happen in big games. Like, it's not just like going to be a COD specific thing.
I feel
I'd say just see what they do about it. Yeah.
Is it too harsh to say that these people? I feel like if you literally trace and steal artwork for a commercial product, you should probably be blacklisted from the industry, right?
They often are. Yeah.
I feel like that's because that could potentially you're running the risk. You're willfully running the risk of costing the company excruciating amounts of money if it goes to court.
Imagine this guy that made the original artwork, he sees it happen but lets it go live, and then as soon as it goes live then breaks it and says I'm gonna sue the fuck out of you.
Yeah
And they have no leg to stand on because it is so obvious. I mean, look at the red squares.
Red squares mean it's important.
They should have just put like one big red square over the entire dog and been like,
look at it.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd be really interested to see how they do with like just throwing prompts into like the AI generators now, like in years to come.
Oh, shall I try and generate a cool COD skin?
Just be like tactical frog operator.
Yeah, okay, hold on.
8K art state. Yeah, all the buzzwords into Midjourney and just see what comes out.
You've got an actual subscription, right, Will? Try and make like a really cool skin, and I'll use it in the thumbnail for the podcast.
What would you think is the coolest, most lucrative? Like,
I'm trying to generate a tactical frog. Who's a good concept artist to do this? I'll try and find someone. Hold on.
Whilst you're doing that,
you guys go. I'll work on this.
You work on that. Mm-hmm. You've then got. This was again a very recent one.
Big.
This is very big. Steam, Epic, and other websites are now banned in Indonesia. This was, I think this was like this morning for us. It might have been like late last night. People woke up in Indonesia, and it's just a lot of shit is just gone. Like you can't use it anymore unless you VPN.
I'm completely out of the loop with. Is there anything going on currently in Indonesia?
That's the thing
from what I read, basically companies now have to basically have like signed up or something.
Yes,
they had to register.
They have to register with a thing called Com Info, which I think is just the government of Indonesia. It's like their tech arm.
Yeah.
So everything has to run through the government, basically.
But apparently, some companies did have signed up, but it had to be done by a specific deadline, and it was like such an awkward process, even for like the big companies with big money. And like it was like they got their help and stuff, or it was such a ball ache. So now a lot of Indonesian people, it's like Steam, even like PayPal. So there's like a lot of Indonesian streamers who are like, well, I can't play any games and I can't get any money. And is this just me over, you know?
Yeah, I think PayPal was one of the ones that they have signed up or whatever with this info, but they did it, like you say, at a time period where it's like, well, you're too late. It's, I suppose I'll get around to it eventually, but as of right now, yeah, it's just down. And I was kind of not scared, but I was nervous to approach this topic because, like Blunt said, I was kind of like, is something going on? I don't know. What's caused this? But I don't know what specifically has caused this. I think it's just, yeah.
My outlook would be, and this is from a, like, I hope nothing bad is going to happen. Outlook is maybe they're just trying to get more control over what goes on the internet in Indonesia.
Oh yeah, I mean, if everything has to run through the government, then that's the direct thought, right?
Yeah, if they're just registered with it, it just means that Indonesia has some leeway to be like, oh, Steam, these games on Steam can't be bought or played in Indonesia. Like, something as simple as that is what I would hope it would be.
Well, it's like putting an on-off switch on every single website that they want, where it's like, yeah, everything has to be running through it or agreed with it, but at any point, if they decide, oh, we don't like PayPal anymore, they just deny it, I guess, and then it's like, yep, no more PayPal because we say so. It's got to be. It hasn't got to be anything. I don't know, but that's where I go to as well. My thoughts. But it's a sensitive topic when it's such a broad thing that covers, you know.
Southeast Asia is quite a significant mobile market as well, though. So how does this affect the mobile market? Like, how much of this actually? I don't know what percentage of people in Indonesia play games on Steam and Epic. I mean, obviously, this isn't a gaming thing. As you say, it's PayPal as well. It's like a much deeper issue than just, oh, I wanted to play my games. But like, I don't know how much it's going to impact like the average person who only plays
I mean, it
games
depends
on
what the other ones are, right? Because I guess it's brought up Steam and Epic because those are PC.
Yeah.
What do I even call them?
Services.
That's PC
storefronts.
And obviously we're seeing it on a computer, so it makes sense to link those. But it could be. You would think most mobile stuff wouldn't be affected because they would have registered in time. Because you're right, like mobile is a different
beast.
Kettle of fish in Asia.
I think
it's just different.
I feel like different. I feel like this is one of those news stories. Like I said, this is still relatively new. This will definitely like evolve with time.
This will flesh out as well.
Yeah.
We'll start seeing
repercussions and intent, and exactly. I just thought, like I say, I didn't really know what to say about it specifically, apart from the fact that it's happening. But I think it's important. It's important to bring up at the same time. So, that was that one there. Going from worldwide country bans to fun racing DLC.
Oh yes, can't wait.
Oh my god!
You've got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Wave 2 of the DLC. It's finally coming out. It has been too long. I don't think it had. Like, I think it's per expectations, but it feels like too long.
It could have been like a month or even like a week or two ago, and I would have been like, yeah.
I think all they've said is there's like 8 waves of DLC coming out. 6 or 8.
64. It's 64 tracks.
64. So it's 6 waves, I think. Yeah. And they said the last wave will be out by December 2023, which I guess gives you a rough time frame where you can sort of space these out and work out when they're coming out.
Yeah.
But the DLC was just hitting the point where I was like, yeah, where is Wave 2? It's been ages. And then, like, lo and behold, like 2 days later, it got announced.
I was expecting some of like the news to be at like the Summer Games Fest, like around that month.
I think to their credit, so looking at the roster you've got, it's not. I think there's one new track.
Yes.
That's completely original. That's not from anything else. Which is like, I think that's a really good way of doing it right now. They're picking absolute bangers. There it is, Waluigi
Pinball, baby.
God, it's such a banger.
It's
my
back.
God, the music, the visuals. I love this lanky loser. But I think they're going to get to a point where they're like, do we port over a track that's middling to tepid popularity, or do we take a little bit longer and just make a new track?
I would argue that the first wave had quite a few tracks that were like, these are okay.
I guess they're... So, for example, Waluigi Pinball was one of those ones when it came out, everyone was like, where Waluigi Pinball? Yeah. Give this now. So I feel like Coconut Mall and like Waluigi Pinball are two that I think of as definitely need to be in.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a lot that are like, do we need those?
Or the as far as I'm concerned, the fact that they've put a new track in at all sets my expectations sky high now. Where I'm like, okay, you madman, you've done it now. Give me a wave that's all new tracks. Fucking do it.
Yeah.
You know.
I was gonna say, because the new track is the only one that seems to have the anti-grav mechanic, whereas all the tracks in the original and the original DLC had anti-grav in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So far these new DLC waves, all the previous tracks that they've ported over haven't had any anti-grav, and it's just literally been on the ground, which is okay, but the anti-grav does add something to the game.
That's what I want. I want one of the waves to be like, here's just new crazy anti-grav maps. You've had all the, we're wave 5 or 6 in, right? You've had all your nostalgia hits. You've had all the ones you're asking for. Here's some new original stuff.
And looking at this one, it's really similar to the candy. Well, I don't even know what you call it. The candy one, the food one where there's a donut that you boost through right at the end.
The candy man can.
And so it says at the bottom that they're going to add this to Mario Kart Tour later.
Yeah.
So the thing is, it's not like they're just doing this for the booster pass. They're clearly being like, let's not waste this. Let's slap it in the mobile one as well, just for the.
Yeah, if they can, then why not? Right? Might as well.
May as well.
Is that Calamari Desert?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Absolute banger.
There's some really good tracks in this wave.
I know this is a hot take, but I just think all the Super Mario Kart tracks suck, and I don't know why they're in there. It's the most boring, flat, pancake-ass game.
It almost feels like
so dull.
It plays up to the nostalgia, right? Where it's like, oh, look, we've got the big colourful cubes. And it's like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
It's
I remember
Super
playing
Nintendo.
this on my Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
that's cool. But like Calamari Desert no longer looks like garbage, which is way more important.
Yeah. I would argue that this is also a hot take. I think the original Mario Kart, the one on Super Nintendo, is borderline unplayable now.
It absolutely is. No, that's
the N64 one is the only one you can go back to and still somewhat play as a Mario Kart. I think the Super Nintendo one is on the virtual console that they've got, like the Switch virtual console. And I think a couple of times I've jumped in like, I'll have another look, and it's garbage. I'm sorry, it is. How it got any games after that, I'm shocked, because it's awful.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, one thing I was going to ask is, are there, because I don't remember, Wario Pinball, are there any more memorable tracks that are like not in 8 that you think potentially could be in the next DLC, or can you just not remember it?
It's weird, because I don't remember them until I see them, and then I go, obviously, like, duh, how is this not in already? But then until I see them, it's like...
What's the DK jungle with the riverboats? Which one was that? Remember that one?
Again, I won't know until I see it.
Was that the one on the N64?
Yeah,
I know the one. I
DK
thought you were talking about DK Mountain was the one on the Wii with the big cannon.
Yeah.
Which should 100% be in this.
DK Jungle Parkway?
That sounds about right.
But it's probably some variation on those words. Yeah.
Some sort of shuffle of DK Jungle Path, Avenue, Promenade, Route, whatever. Yeah. It mugs me off because Reggie Fils-Aimé did an interview a couple of months ago where he was like, yeah, there should be Game Boy Advance and DS and GameCube virtual consoles on Switch. He was just like, yeah, there should be.
Yeah.
But I was just seeing the Mario Kart Super Circuit tracks. I've got such a soft spot for the Mario Kart Super Circuit tracks in general. I played the hell out of that game on Game Boy Advance. And I was like, the Bowser's Castle tracks in that were so good. I wouldn't say no to a wave that's just all the Bowser castles from all of them.
And all Bowser all the time pack. That's a great idea. Yeah,
all the castles, and then like one new one that's just completely that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's great, that's perfect, because then you don't have to worry about rushing them in. Put that as like the last one.
Yeah.
Because that'd be, or like one that's like 4 Rainbow Roads, 4 Bowser's Castles. I don't know. Just to really go all out. I know. But
Yeah. Well, yeah, but you got to have it, haven't you?
It's like that little bit.
4 of them.
It's the obligatory, like, someone accidentally votes for it when you're playing online and the random like wheel lands on you, like, you prick. Oh my god.
Get him out of here.
For the final wave, we're putting in the same Rainbow Road track 8 times, and they count as different tracks, so they're all a different random.
So when you press random, there's 8 times more likely to shot than any other track.
Oh no, but no, and one of them is the ultimate Rainbow Road, where it's like just like
the Elden Ring of Rainbow Roads, where it's all of them connected together into one seamless track.
It's Rainbow.
You can't get a mile off the start line before you fall off, no matter what you do.
It's Rainbow. It's Rainbow Road, but it's 99 laps. I've paused it on the Super Nintendo track, by the way, with all the stupid, colourful cubes.
There's
just boring.
There's nothing. Yeah. It's so boring.
We're asking, or me and Steve talking about, we want anti-grav tracks. This is the exact opposite of what we're
anti-grav.
Could not be flatter. Yeah,
this is the definition of a filler track,
basically. Or someone will get nostalgic for this, probably. Like 3 people, I assume.
There was a really good N64 track that was like a haunted house, and it was in like a black void. There was no like, you were just on these rickety bridges in abject darkness, and it's just a haunted house filled with booze.
Alcohol.
Ooh, booze, or like I'm drinking to forget booze, but probably both. Haunted by everything you've forgotten when you drink. That kind of one where it's kind of weird. I think you could probably just start slapping anti-grav bits onto it and just be like, "Fuck it, there we go." I don't know. Kind of just.
I think that's my favorite. Is when you take tracks that already exist and then make them a bit weird with anti-grav shit. But that also pisses a lot of people off because they're like, "I just want Waluigi Pinball as it was." Whereas I would kind of like weird stuff on pre-existing tracks. I don't know. Might just
we've seen Nintendo's logic where if you're like, I want this thing, they'll just be like, just go and play it then.
Yeah.
F-Zero, Miyamoto's like, why does anyone want another F-Zero? Just play the one on the GameCube. Yeah. It's like that Star Fox, any of them. They're just like, just play the one you already have.
Yeah, Will go. Will, did you play Star Fox Zero on the Wii U?
Have you guys not played Star Fox Assault?
I never had a Wii U.
Oh, Star Fox Assault was the weird 3DS one, right?
No, Assault was the one where you did missions you did one R-Wing mission, and then they were like, right, the R-Wing's in for repairs, land and run around on foot, and it just becomes like, oh my god, what's that old Sega game where you carry in a rocket harrier or whatever it's called?
That's too vague for me. I will get to that's too much for me.
It's just horrific. I was like, what the hell is that? Like, this is the second level of your Star Fox game is Space Harrier. It's a terrible third person. It's like a mobile game EDF. It was just horrific.
I really liked how Star Fox Zero was the weird one on Wii U, and you had to use the Wii U screen to look like underneath you and behind you, and it just confused everyone, and no one could do it. And then, all the Nintendo were like, well, fuck Star Fox. No one's buying this weird experimental Star Fox game we put out.
Yes, because you made a bunch of shit ones. God damn it. That was the one where they even came out and released a video of the guy like, no, it's not bad.
Yeah, you're playing it wrong.
Idiots.
Yeah.
It's like, here's an instructional video on how the gyro works because you clearly don't get it.
It's like, it's great when you have to scold your audience right before release for not understanding how your game works.
I feel like if someone comes to you in the office, it's like, we need you to make a tutorial video on how to play our game because it's too complicated. It's like, man, just fucking give up. Like, you've already fucked it. Yeah, this is coming out on 4th of August, which is really close. I'm going to play the absolute shit out of this. I'm going to play it so
we'll have
much.
to race.
Oh my god, that's going to be so good.
Please let us race together.
Let's do a Discord thingy. We can get a bunch of people together and play together.
Yeah.
So that was that one. Next news story. Only got a few more left now. You've got the Lord of the Rings Gollum game has been delayed.
Shocker. The game got delayed.
It's that, oh no, anyway, Clarkson gif.
Basically, yeah. They showed there was a trailer of this and it looked pretty awful.
It looks like it kind of, I guess it's a stealth game.
Like a weird stealth, not exploration. Like adventure game, I guess.
This is such an avant-garde reference. Have you guys ever heard of the game Neighbors from Hell?
Oh, I've heard of it. It's like a Super Nintendo game, right?
It was.
How do I know that?
It was like a gross early 3D side-on view where you and your neighbor lived in different houses. Obviously, that's how neighbors work. Fuck. And you hate your neighbor, and so you would just break into his house and sabotage stuff, and then break out of his house again. In this like weird.
I've heard of this. I've not played it, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But the whole game is just slapstick sabotaging and hiding.
Yeah.
And that's all I can think of when I saw the trailer for Gollum. I was like, this is just Neighbors from Hell, Middle Earth. What the hell is this? Neighbors from Mordor. What?
You go around pulling pranks on like Sauron.
Yeah, just leaders of the Uruk-hai just getting buckets of glue poured on their head. They're like, oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, he put a can of expanding foam instead of my shaving foam. Oh no!
Nazgul will walk in and trip over on a little patch of marbles.
Oh, he
I take it back. I'm all in for this
mackerels. Game. Oh no!
I think some of the comments
go to Orthanc now.
Some of the comments I saw on this, which I thought were really accurate, was people saying like, "This is the best Xbox 360 game I've ever seen," because it just looks like it's from that kind of era. Where it's just like, what is this? What is this game? It's so weird. Yeah.
Is it Flick?
Just as a side note, you haven't got it on your list, but also Warhammer Darktide also got delayed.
Oh, I heard about that. That's sad. That makes me sad.
Oh no, it's one I actually care about. Damn.
Yeah, I was genuinely mad about that one. I was like, man, Vermintide 2 was just my jam. I just loved Vermintide 2 so much.
It's not a game unless it gets delayed, unless it's from Nintendo who bring out the games early for some reason.
The Steve has spoken. It'll get delayed.
You're not a real game until
it'll be on Game Pass.
It'll be on Game Pass.
Yeah, exactly.
Was that new? I've already forgotten the name of it. The Vermintide game, has that been delayed to this year still? Is it still this year?
It was only a month, I think. Yeah.
November,
okay, I can live with that. Okay, moving on from Gollum, you have Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic game has been paused amid studio shakeup. This was the remake of the Old Republic.
I swear, every year they give me hope and then take it away, and then give me hope and then take it away.
So
I just can't help but care.
I feel like this game might actually be dead. I read this article, and it's being made by, they're called I don't know how you pronounce that, ASPYR, Aspire Media.
Aspire,
maybe Aspire, yeah. So the game's art director and design director were just fired. It's like, you're gone. See you later. You're fired. And then the people above them came in and said, yeah, this game is just on hold now forever until we work out what's going on. Apparently they were saying internally that they were aiming for like end of 2022, and then people internally, the devs were like, are you insane? Like, this isn't coming out like before like 2025. Like, what are you talking about? And it just sounds like internally this game is a mess. It is just in trouble. I wouldn't be surprised if the next thing you hear about it might just be that it's cancelled. It might just be like, maybe not officially cancelled, but you just never hear about it ever again. Yeah, and then it gets to like 2028, and you're like, what happened to that remake of Knights of the Old Republic? And it's just nothing ever happens. But we'll see. We'll see.
We'll have to see. It's a shame that stuff like this is still happening in this day and age. Although, why do we know why they were fired?
From what I remember, I don't think there was a reason for it. At least not that we know. We just know that they were abruptly fired. It could be anything, right? You just don't know what happens behind closed doors. The most interesting thing I thought about it was, this wasn't even announced that long ago, was it? It was really recent.
Yes, it was Game Awards, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Summer Game Fest?
KOTOR Remake video. 9th of September. That was about a year ago.
It was probably Game Awards.
Was that the same time they announced the, oh my god, what was it called? Like Horizon? The one that's like a story driven one by
the VR one?
No, not the VR one. The one that's like David Cage's lot. The
Oh,
that's Pokemon Go. You know what I'm talking about.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think maybe
Quantic
I don't,
Dreams?
if that
I'm gonna go.
helps.
That's the one.
Quantic
Thank
Dreams.
God. That's the one. Yeah, the Quantic Dreams one. What's that called? Eclipse. That's the one. Because I think that was revealed the same day.
Yeah.
I think.
Because I remember from the PlayStation Showcase, this was like the most hype thing I think for a lot of people that they showed.
Yep.
And it wasn't even that. And it wasn't even that long ago to go from in less than a year. This game is announced. Look forward to it. A legendary made for PS5 to just indefinitely on hold. The leads have been fired. Make your peace.
Told you, man. 1 year I've given hope. The next year they'd rip it away.
That's right. You can play the mobile version. I think that's real. Is that real? Is there a mobile version of KOTOR?
There is, I think, and I think it works
And it's on
okay.
Switch as well.
Anyway, yeah. Rest in peace, Sam. Never going to get his KOTOR game.
Sam didn't die though.
Not yet. That was better than
F's
more.
in
What
the
don't know why I said
chat,
that. That was morbid. Don't know why I said that. Very last one. This is just a freaky controller. Introducing Backbone 1 PlayStation Edition, an officially licensed controller for iPhones.
But iPhones for PlayStation. So you can play your PlayStation games on iPhone. Basically making it a mini Switch, kinda.
Kind of. I mean, I still think the Steam Deck is the closest thing, but
Yeah, I don't like this. Is it does it via the remote play, so you still have to have your PlayStation on. I assume you have to be kind of close to your PlayStation to.
I think it's
have
just
it,
at least just need a good connection.
Yeah, but so now you can basically have your iPhone turned sideways and a controller like a Switch and play PlayStation games.
I think the thing is that there's already lots of controllers like this, but to have one officially licensed by PlayStation is pretty cool. I expect this to feel really good, considering how good the actual controller is. But yeah, not much to say on that. That was the last little thing of the week. So
I just really like the DualShock 5 face buttons.
They're so good. Steve
Really nice.
won't even like humour the conversation.
I'll tell you what, Josh, you buy me one and I will try it.
I'm buying you a fucking controller. You buy one yourself. They're really good. One day.
I forgot to mention one thing to circle back to Darktide.
Yes.
They announced it was being delayed to November 30th, but they also said that they're doing technical tests and betas and people can sign up for them. So you can sign up on the website.
I'm in.
Darktide.live/sign up.
Hell yeah.
And you can just put your name down to do like technical tests, which isn't like a free demo. That's probably going to be like, does the game crash when you try and boot it up?
Yeah.
Yes, no. Please fill out this form. But it could just be like them gauging interest for an alpha.
No, it'll be streamer bait.
Even better. Even better. I'll take it because it looks great. Unlike this weird controller.
Ah, you love it, really.
It looks like a dog's jowls.
It kind of,
just hanging down. It's like, it looks so weird.
All right, let's move on.
Well, you had the Switch controllers look like a dog's face, right?
Yeah, it's got little ears.
That's the cute dog, though.
Yeah.
Is there a demand for people like buy whatever you want, obviously, but is there that big of a demand of people like, I love playing my big budget Sony games on my phone. I just wish it felt more like a DualShock, and they don't know how to just connect them with Bluetooth, because you can do that, right?
Yeah, but there's like input latency and I think
I guess. Yeah.
I like about these controllers the most is it solves the problem of where the fuck do I put my phone when I'm trying to play, because it just attaches it in the middle. And
that's true. Yeah, you got to do the tactical like between your knees thing, haven't you?
Exactly. Yeah.
And then this could now maybe incorporate some touchscreen mechanics if certain games like really go all out with this controller.
That's too niche.
That's yeah.
We're implementing touchscreen mechanics for the 0.0001% of people that have this controller.
you know it will be that card game that where you rub on the cards and then the anime girl's clothes come off. It'll be that
what
sort of
are
game.
you talking about?
What kind of game is that, Steve? What's that called? Just for science.
I can't remember the name. That was like an old PlayStation
just so I know how
game.
to avoid it.
Yeah.
Where it was like, a card game with anime girls, and you'd rub on the screen or something for PlayStation Vita, I think, or PSP.
There's
their clothes would disappear.
The quick change from you rub on there to you rub on the screen. Oh fuck this! We're done.
Like tearaway intern. He's like,
quick...
God, please don't make me implement touchscreen support for this fucking abysmal controller for mobile games. Please don't.
Yeah, definitely.
They've had to put the nets outside the windows. Please don't make me do this.
What's that? What's that meme of the like animated video where it's the sad guy like looking knackered on a PC like typing? Hang on, sad guy on PC meme. There he is.
Coraline's dad. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just
when are we going to get the touchscreen support for the backbone controller?
That's basically what's happening. Go on, Steve. Do your little upcoming games.
Okay, well, there's a few little mini games, but like I'm only going to say 2 for today. On August 4th, we have Plate Up, which I believe is the game Sam was playing.
Oh yeah, Sam has done, what was it, like betas and stuff of that game?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is the game, right, Sam?
Yes.
4th of August. Yeah,
Thursday.
4th of August. I'll be too busy playing Mario Kart, but good for this game.
And then there are a bunch of other mini indie games, but because I'll only mention one today, which is Hard West 2 is coming out on August 4th. Sounds
2.
like a game.
Harder Wester.
That sounds like cowboy
I think it's like an
porn.
XCOM-like. I think it's an XCOM-like. So.
Is this XCOM with cowboy hats?
Is this actually XCOM though? Because Steve says a lot of things as XCOM.
That's the point, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
True.
Yeah, Hard West 2 on also 4th of August. Anything else?
Yes, and there's nothing major for this week, but I'm like,
Oh no, we're getting to another quiet period again. They're like nothing coming out now.
No. After next week, there's some good releases.
Okay.
The week after.
Okay, as long as there's something coming out, because I'm gonna have Mario Kart DLC for a bit, and then I need something else.
There's 2 Point Campus and Cult of the Lamb.
Oh shit!
Spoilers.
Wait, Cult of the Lamb. Oh
yeah.
Damn, son. Oh, there is stuff coming
Where'd
out.
you find this?
Damn, son. All right, good job, everybody. We've done another week of the podcast. Should we do some?
Hey, go us.
Yeah, go us. Should we do some socials and call it an evening? Thank you for listening, everybody. If you made it this far, thank you, Bluntcast, for coming. This has been great having you on. I hope you've had a nice time.
Hello. It's been fantastic. This is my favorite highlight of the week is this podcast, and this week I don't have to listen to it because I was here.
You lived
in
it,
your
baby.
Face, everyone else.
Saved you time, yeah.
There we go. I got the inside scoop.
But still put it on in the background, muted.
Oh yeah, no, I'll have it. I'll have it up on several devices, and I'll have it on a VPN as well. So
loop,
I'll just be like,
everything. So this is the bit where you have to shill yourself right at the end. Where can we find you, and what should we follow you on?
You can find me on all good platforms. So I am available on Twitter at @the_Bluntcast. I am on Twitch at twitch.tv/Bluntcast. I stream 3 times a week. I am over on YouTube. I upload videos over on YouTube as Bluntcast. I'm primarily doing a series on Hunt Showdown right now, but there is a video in the works that is not Hunt related.
Ooh.
So yeah, lots to enjoy, lots to find me on. So that's the 3 that I am on.
And with all our socials that we normally have below, we'll have Bluntcast down there as well. So if you want to follow him on those stuff, his YouTube is great, by the way. Definitely watch his YouTube stuff. I love that stuff. They're so good.
Please, I spend so much time on it.
Please. All right, don't make it sad now. Don't start begging. As always, I am BottlerWorks on everything. Twitch and Twitter are the main ones. How about you, Will?
Hello, I'm Will. You can find me at Olivemeister.
And Steve.
I am Quikwix and ting tang walla walla bing bang.
And Sam.
Ching chang walla walla bing bang. Yeah. People are starting to find me.
You sound scared. You sound scared.
Do
I
not
don't
send
do
Chapter
anything.
5 spoilers to Sam. Do not do it.
Don't spoil Digimon.
For God's sake, it's all he's got.
At Sam, I like the part where it turned into an FPS at Chapter 5.
No! Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah, I'm Sam.
All right, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.